Wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Granger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
I don't know where these sounds are coming from. Everybody's on my nerves today. Everybody's on my nerves.
Are you going to sit there and just take it?
Let's get to it. Your Wednesday afternoon. Mason and Ireland right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Best show on the radio. What is going on, people? Another Lakers victory. What is that, 7 in a row, John? 6 in a row, 7 in a row?
7 in a row.
Yeah.
14 out of 16. 18-3 since January 15th.
You know, I honestly, every time I look at the Lakers now, I'm like, what the hell did Dallas, how did this, how did we wind up with Luka Doncic?
I'm so right with you. I have that exact thought 5 times a game. How did we get this guy?
I'm still not used to even seeing him. It's like, oh my God, Luka's wearing purple and gold.
And by the way, did you get a chance to watch it all last night? Yeah. He's now back to being Luka. Mm-hmm. He, forget the ramp up. He played 35 minutes.
30 and 15, only the 4th Laker ever to do that.
And him and LeBron on the same night become the first Lakers ever to score 30 points and each hit 5 threes.
Yep.
They are, and by the way, I made reference to it in Super Crosstalk. It's become the hottest ticket in town.
Oh,
yes. It is now must-see viewing for everybody. I'll say this again. If I ran NBA TV, and I don't know what the rules are, I'm sure they could black it out in L.A. so it wouldn't hurt our friends at Spectrum, but I would put every Laker game on NBA TV, every one of them. There's only 22 left.
Why not?
It's like, can you imagine, you grew up in Cleveland or in Ohio, if you were sitting around last night at 10:30 and you had nothing to do, you'd
put
watch
the game
an hour
on.
of that.
Exactly.
And they are so good together. And now, so
effortlessly it came together.
Right. And what I didn't see coming, but now I should have seen it coming, is how much better they make everybody else. Latest example, Jackson Hayes last night.
Yeah.
8 for 8 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line, 19 first half points.
Yep.
We interviewed him after the game, and he said, I said, how do you explain this? 8 for 8, you didn't miss a shot. And he right out of the bat, he goes, that's LeBron and Luka making everybody look good.
Right.
He said, literally, I stand under the basket, and the next thing I know, here comes the ball right at the rim, and I just dunk it.
Yeah.
And everybody said, you need Mark Williams. Jackson Hayes is never going to cut it. Their defense has gotten better since Anthony Davis was traded, and Anthony Davis is the best defensive big man I've ever seen. So they've made everyone else better. They are must-watch television now. LeBron did that 50,000-point thing last night right at the beginning of the game.
Yep.
And that was almost a bonus. What he's doing is, I said it after the game last night, I'm running out of adjectives to describe how good these guys are playing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And, it's almost as though they have a telepathy thing going on.
They're great.
They know where the other guy is at all times. And by the way, you look at it last night, they're blitzing Luka at half court.
And he doesn't care.
And everybody's open. They're sending 2-3 guys, and all of a sudden, everybody's open.
So last night, the Lakers broke the record for the most threes they've ever attempted in a game. 52 threes. The previous record was 51.
Yep.
They had over 30 at halftime. And the reason for that is what you just said. They're so busy worrying that LeBron and Luka are going to go off. Luka scored, I think, 17 first quarter points last night. Mm-hmm. So as soon as he gets it now, they're like sending 2-3 guys at Luka, and he just waits. It's almost like he's waving them to him. Come on, come on, and then throws it to Gabe Vincent, who hits a 3, or throws it to Dalton Connect, or throws it to LeBron for a wide open 3. So those numbers are going to go up. Their defense is dialed in, and we're about to find out just how good they are. So Knicks coming in tomorrow, good team. Boston on Saturday is going to be probably the highest rated, most expensive game of the year if you want to go in person. I mean, it's going to be just a monster game. After that, we go to Brooklyn. Then back-to-back, Milwaukee, who's won 7 out of 8. Giannis is playing great. And the next night, Denver. And you know Denver's going to be mad because of the way we beat them up the last time we were there.
Yes.
So 3 of the next 4 games, there's a chance the Lakers, or actually it's 3 of the next 5, there's a chance the Lakers won't be favored. I would imagine Boston's probably going to be favored on Saturday.
So, yeah.
Milwaukee in Milwaukee, probably going to be favored by a point or 2. Denver in Denver, probably going to be favored by a point or 2. But they're just rolling everybody.
Yeah.
And
by the way,
they've built such a cushion, Mace, that even if they lose those games, those 3 games, they're fine.
Last night after the game, Jackson Hayes did an interview with Spectrum, and the one thing he used your famous expression: we play with our hair on fire.
Yeah.
And you see that out there. I mean, you see that on the defensive end. You see them playing with their hair on. They are just going at it. They are, I think Jared Vanderbilt last night was talking about it's great to play with other dogs.
Vanderbilt's the most under-covered, under-talked about player on the team. His defense, him and Dorian Finney-Smith are leading that hair-on-fire defense.
Yes.
Those 2 guys do not like getting scored on. And the other thing, there was a sequence last night where Connect had a breakaway.
Yep.
And Bruce Brown hit him from behind. They called a flagrant on Brown. Like, he could have really hurt him. He went up. And then Brown kind of tried to stand there and be a tough guy. And immediately, Luka bumped him, and he turned around to come at Luka, and Vanderbilt jumped right in front of him and goes, "You want to fight? Fight me."
Right.
And the refs had to get in the middle of it and stuff. So they know that they've got a target on their back, and they're playing into it.
And Luka, by the way, that first 3, you can tell Luka's starting to feel
like Luka
at home, right?
Yeah.
He's starting to feel like this is where he belongs. So you see him make that first 3, and he dances up the court a little bit. He's having fun.
Mace, at one point, he was skipping.
Yes.
Yeah. Laura, I don't know if you can find it, but I was one of those 3s. He shoots it, and I right in the middle of it, I go, Michael, look at Luka. He doesn't know he's so happy he doesn't know what to do.
Yep.
He is, like, the first time down, he was skipping. The next time down, he's like got his hands out playing to the crowd.
Yep.
Third down, he's like hopping up and down like a little kid that got what he wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
They're both, LeBron and Luka are both so into it.
Yep.
And it's contagious. And I can't believe I'm going to say this. We've got Shaq and Kobe again. We've got 2 of the top 10 players in the NBA on the same team. And I never thought that would happen again.
Yep.
Kobe and Powell were close.
Yep.
This is Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
Other teams don't know how to guard them. They play off of each other great. I would imagine Rob Pelinka, when he went to sleep the last night of January and he thought the next day I'm going to trade Anthony Davis, must have thought to himself, this is incredibly risky.
Yep.
I'm trading an elite Hall of Fame big man, and I'm throwing off the balance of my team because right now I've got LeBron, who can play outside, and AD, who can play inside, and I'm trading him for Luka, who's 5 or 6 inches shorter, and I don't have a big man. This is a risk.
Yep.
And now that it's, no risk, no reward.
Yeah.
Pelinka deserves a ton of credit for doing this.
He absolutely, for being able to pull this rabbit out of his hat.
Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, apparently there's a rumor that they called Minnesota, said, would you consider Anthony Edwards for Luka? And Minnesota hung up on him.
Yeah.
And Rob went, hey, would you consider Luka for Anthony Davis? And Rob went, let me think about it.
Yeah.
Thought about it, rolled the dice.
Yeah.
This is something Dr. Buss would have done.
Yeah.
Dr. Buss was a gambler, liked to take chances. Rob took a chance, and look at this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And like I was talking about before, it's the most talked about thing in town. It's like we have Hamilton playing in town.
Yeah, right.
It's everybody wants to go.
And so I got to go to a couple of games with Luka, and the energy in the building is different.
Yeah, here's Laura found the play.
Okay.
Like, this is an example of I'm running out of ways to describe what's happening. Listen to this. Luka thought about another 30-footer. This time he's going to the rim. Kicks it to Shake Milton in the left corner. Milton to Luka, right side. Luka, three-pointer. Good again! And look at him, Michael. He's having so much fun he doesn't know what to do.
3 or 4 from 3 for 15 points.
Yeah. He's like jumping up and down like, look at, and that energy is contagious. I know for a fact there were people jumping off their couch going, look at this.
Yes.
It's so great.
It is amazing.
And by the way, this is something we always talk about in the lead up to the trade deadline. You go back and you can find anybody, probably even people at this station saying, well, the Lakers don't have any chance to win a title. Hopefully LeBron and AD will put on a show every once in a while. And every year somebody moves who you don't see coming.
This is that.
And this is the example of that on steroids. It's the most didn't see it coming trade in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
Powell was one of those. Didn't see him coming. Luka, nobody saw this coming.
By the way, you sent a note yesterday. I guess USA Today wrote that Nico Harrison should be Executive of the Year for the Lakers.
It wouldn't be the worst. I mean,
no,
you could see that makes sense.
It does make sense. All right, so we got so much coming up. Les Sneed's going to be with us at 1 o'clock or so. We'll do that. Laura, are you calling our high schools? Are you doing that bit?
So your high school is actually closed today.
No.
It doesn't reopen until tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll try it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll try it tomorrow. Try it tomorrow.
Right, so we're going to call our high schools and we're just going to ask. We can't put them on the radio without telling them.
Yep.
So Laura's just going to say, just tell me who the most famous graduate of your high school is.
Yes.
And see if either Mason's name or my name comes up. When we did this 20 years ago, Mason's name came up right away.
Yep.
And I lost out to Mark McGrath.
I've been gone a long time now.
Yeah.
Long time. I think the answer is going to be Dick Kazmaier, the Heisman Trophy winner.
I think mine's going to be Leslie Mann.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, I want to let
if it's us, we'll lord it over the other guy forever.
Oh, my God. We absolutely will. ESPN LA, the Lakers and Bibigo. John, you know all about this. Are teaming up to find the Lakers Gafote, greatest fan of all time.
I've got new info about this.
Okay, good.
Okay. So I was just talking to the great Carlo Saisu, who runs all of our social. And I said, Carlo, how's the Gafote thing going? And he said, I thought more people would have applied by now, so it's wide open for anybody. You got to go to LakersGafote.com.
That's LakersGFOAT.com.
We are giving away courtside seats. You heard me talking about the prices for those seats.
Can you imagine?
The courtside seats face value is between $3,000 and $4,000. By the time the Lakers ramp this up, they may be worth $10,000 each. This may be a $20,000 prize.
Yeah, it is amazing.
And another prize we're doing. BB for a year.
Also included.
Year. So get in on this Lakers Gafote thing. It's kind of hard to explain. So go to that website. You basically got to send in a video or a photo to our social media, but it's all explained at LakersGFOAT.com. And Laura, what do we got? Like maybe 2 weeks left, not even, like 12 days left, right?
Yeah, we don't have that much left, so make sure you go.
Yeah,
and
if you're one of these people that's dying to go to a Laker game, and we know most people can't afford it, try the Gafote thing because you might not need free BB for a year, but you'll get it. And you'll have courtside seats. You'll be sitting down there next to Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, incredible.
So check it out, LakersGafote.com.
All right, coming up next, I watched a show last night that now I have to binge.
Okay.
We'll do that. Plus, John, can you do an interview on a roller coaster? We'll do that coming up next, too. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Public Works. Okay. Time to talk trash. Food waste, that is. If you toss your food scraps in the regular trash, it sends them to landfills where they release gases like methane. Don't do that. You can fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, easy, and helps protect the planet. If you're ready to do your part, visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message is funded by Cal Recycle.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason and Ireland.
Ronnie was like, oh, damn, that's my dad out there. Hell yeah, Dad. And he was like...
Yeah, it was pretty good. He was like, whoa.
Ronnie was like, that's my dad. That's my dad dunking on you, fool. You know? Hey, listen, I wish my kids were that proud of me.
Maybe they are, Cap.
I know, but
probably are, Cap.
I just don't do anything that's that cool.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage. Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill the order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins and fresh steamed vegetables. Right now, get a Value Bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
So last night, Ireland, I put on a show called Running Point.
I know it well.
You do know it well. John is one of the stars, along with Kate Hudson.
I think that's an overstatement.
And Brenda Song. They Ireland. You play you.
I do. I'm the radio announcer for the Waves.
Yep,
that's the team. I'm in 6 episodes. There are 10.
That's awesome.
It's basically the story of Linda Rambis and Jeannie Buss. Kate Hudson plays the Jeannie role.
Yep.
Brenda Song plays the Linda role. And it's what happens when 2 women are running a basketball
team.
I like it. I think they did a really good job.
I think they did a great job.
The people who put it together are super cool.
That's the show I'm going to binge. I'm going to binge that show. It is actually... You know what's there's a little promo that plays. I want more happy shows. I want more positive. This is a happy show.
Yeah, this will make you laugh.
So, and by the way, Jeannie Buss, one of the executive producers, fantastic, and Linda Rambis, also one of the executive producers.
Who's Linda's son, is one of the line producers on it too.
And Mindy Kaling she's one of the executive producers. She does great work.
Yeah, so how many episodes did you watch?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
I watched one episode late last night, and I'm like, I'm going to race right through that.
So Dave Stassen, who's has worked with Mindy for years and produces a lot of her shows, started on Chicago guy, started on Rome is Burning.
Oh,
Remember that old
really?
TV show?
Yeah,
really good
I think
dude.
we both did hits on that thing. So Brenda Song, who we mentioned, plays the Linda Rambis role on Running Point, did an interview. John, do you want to set this up?
Yeah, so she was doing media. The show dropped last week. You can watch all 10 episodes. Like Mason mentioned, you can binge it all if you want to. And so Brenda was doing a lot of press, and they're always looking for ways to be different.
Yep.
So some guy who had his own, he was like an entertainment website guy, said, I got an idea. I want to interview you on a roller coaster. I'll only interview you for the length of the ride. So this is about 1 minute and 30 seconds. And Brenda Song, who appears to be, by the way, just super cool.
Yes.
Like she said, great idea. Let's
No,
do
roll
it.
with it. Exactly.
Here it is.
Oh my God, I'm so scared.
Hey, I'm Jarrett Weisselman,
And I'm Brenda Song.
and we are here at Knott's Berry Farm to talk about her new show, Running Point, while on a roller coaster. First question, Brenda.
Oh my God.
If you had a basketball team, what would the mascot be?
Oh my God, a mascot? I know that's a tiger? Oh my God.
Now they're going down a hill.
Describe Running Point using only emojis that you can make with your face.
Girls with hair, a basketball, and oh my God, a heart. Oh my God.
Spell
Oh my God.
dribble backwards.
What? E-L-L-D-I-R-D?
I don't even know if that was right. What is your hype up song before you come onto the court?
Oh my God, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Oh, that's What's your favorite thing about your character on Running Point?
Oh my God, how like badass she is. She's like such a girl boss.
That was badass.
That was amazing.
Don't forget to watch Brenda's show, Running Point, now on Netflix.
That's a great concept.
What a great idea by that guy who came up
Good
with
for
that.
him.
And kudos to her for being a good sport.
Are you still doing roller coasters? When was the last time you rode a roller coaster?
Long time ago. My son kind of outgrew Disneyland.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, because we work at Disney, we can get discount tickets to go to Disneyland. It's super expensive to go now. And Jack, I always say it to him every year, hey, you want to go to Disneyland? He goes, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
So now 10 years probably.
Yeah.
Let's go to Six Flags, guys, as a group.
I haven't ridden a roller coaster
Lisa
since...
Ireland used to work at Magic Mountain.
Really?
As a kid. That was her high school job.
Oh.
Oh, nice. I haven't been on a roller coaster in 20 years. I almost killed my grandfather on a roller coaster.
What?
You did a live hit on a
That is
roller
true.
coaster once
That
in
is
the
true.
early years of Mason and Ireland. And
That
it
might be
sounded
the
very
last
much
time.
like Brenda.
Yeah. So my grandfather went on...
And I think it was at Knott's.
No. Yeah, it was at Knott's. Yeah.
No, you did.
So there's an amusement park called Cedar Point that is right in the smack middle of Lake Erie there. And so we go there. I take my grandfather there. And Grandpap was like totally into everything. I said, Grandpap, do you want to go on this roller coaster? It's called the Mean Streak. He said yes.
How old is he at this point?
I was
in his
gonna ask.
80s, maybe?
85.
Okay.
Wow.
Good for him. Good
So
sport.
and it was one of those wooden ones, and it was so creaky and scary. I thought we were on the middle of this, and I'm like, I said to my brother, I think we just killed Grandpap. There's no way he's going to survive
Right.
this. It was so
How bad
crazy.
would you have felt? So one of my mom's best friends is a woman named Terry Nucio.
Okay.
Shout out to Terry. On her 80th birthday.
Big listener?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it'll get to her.
Yeah.
80th birthday, went skydiving.
Oh, that's awesome.
8-0.
I think, didn't President H.W. Bush, didn't he go skydiving when he was
90.
like 90?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was a big athlete.
He was.
The first President Bush.
He
good,
was
good baseball player, good tennis player, good golfer.
Yeah, he played at, didn't he play baseball at Yale, I think? Yeah. So, but I'm all in favor of that. Jump out of an airplane when you're 90, that's beautiful.
Let's do it.
You know what? I'm getting a tattoo for my 60th birthday, but here's the thing. The tattoo place, John, where I got
Are you
my...
going back to the one you went to with Lisa?
It's closed.
Really?
So I need a recommendation.
I got a few.
Yeah, somebody out there.
I got a few.
We got to have a lot of listeners.
I
that are
want a
tattoo
personal recommendation for a tattoo artist that I can trust on the West Side. Got to be on the West Side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
gotta be on
there's
the West
that.
Side. Yeah. All right. Coming up next on Spin the Wheel of Questions. In the meantime, this Saturday, I am going to be at COSM. There is so much stuff going on at COSM right now. On Saturday, how about some college hoops as we get ready for the NCAA tournament? Arizona versus Kansas. Tip-off is at 1:30 in the Dome. Shared reality wraparound screens. It will be followed by Duke versus Carolina. You can also experience, if you're not in the Dome, you can experience wall-to-wall multi-view in the hall for the full college basketball experience. I'm telling you, if you've not been there, COSM it will change the way you look at sports, whether it's NBA or NHL or college basketball, Premier League, WWE, again, these massive surround screens that will make you feel like you're actually at the game. By the way, they also have, I saw their Cirque du Soleil show, which I thought was terrific. If you're looking for a great date or a trip for the family, it's perfect. They got a cool rooftop bar with crazy views all over Inglewood, overlooking SoFi Stadium. Great food. Laura, you know, great food.
Love the lemon pepper wings.
Delicious. And the Korean-style nachos, also fantastic. Craft cocktails, all that stuff. So come hang out with me on Saturday at COSM. For details, you can purchase tickets at COSM.com. That's COSM.com. Or win a pair of tickets this Thursday on a COSM Ticket Thursday. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The King keeps making history.
Cross court to LeBron. 3 for 50,000. It's good. LeBron goes over 50K, and the crowd comes to its feet.
50,000 career points for LeBron James, becoming the first NBA player to ever do it.
50,000 regular season and playoff points combined.
Another milestone for the King.
LeBron James.
And you heard it all right here
on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's DeMarco. You guys know I'm a massive F1 fan. Nothing beats the speed, the energy, the atmosphere is electric on race weekend. If you want to experience it right, Absolute Sport is the way to go. Thanks to their partnership with Red Bull USA, they have exclusive rates and special access to F1 in Mexico City, Miami, Vegas, and Austin. With top-tier seats and luxury hotels, they handle everything. So all you have to do is enjoy the ride. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for?
What is this?
It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
God,
wow,
Stephen A.
didn't even ask it.
Okay, what do you?
I don't know, Stephen A.
Laura? What do
No
you got, Laura?
problems. All right, guys. So, a longtime Cincinnati Bengal, Sam Hubbard, announced his retirement today. He said on a Instagram post, here's a little brief thing. It says, I want to send a sincere thank you to my teammates, coaches, trainers, support staff, Bengals ownership, and the NFL for everything you have done for me. He continues on with a nice message. But I want to know, isn't professional sports, because he's 29 years old, the only profession career that you can retire at such a young age? He's not even 30 yet.
Well, here's the thing.
Can't be this.
If you get your money, and he did, I understand why you'd walk away from the game. And guys are walking away from the game at younger and
Laura,
younger
what
ages.
position did this guy play? Does it say?
Defensive end, I think.
Yeah, if you're a lineman, you ever seen the movie Concussion? The
Oh,
Will Smith
sure.
movie Concussion. You're running the risk of and we've worked with a lot of these guys. We worked with Marcellus, and we work now with DeMarco. You're just getting hit in the head for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, Laura, the fact that he's getting out at 29 is probably a quality of life decision.
Would you get out?
Sure.
Yeah,
I
would
commend
get out
him.
also after I got
love
my
it.
money. Brian, would you get out?
Oh, I would get out instantly. I don't understand, like the Tom Brady till you're 40. I'd so much rather on Hubbard's camp here. If you get your money, you already made a name for yourself.
Go travel.
Well, and keep in mind, Brian, that Tom Brady's not getting hit on every play. The linemen
In fact, he's getting protected.
Yeah, the linemen are getting hit on every play. That movie for me was a real eye opener.
Yeah.
And I think it is probably playing Russian roulette with your health.
It is.
Playing in the NFL for more than 10 years.
Okay, so let me pose a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Retire at 29 or hang around and win a Super Bowl at 35.
Ooh.
Do I have my money at 29?
Yes.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah. And he
Not
was
going to
already,
hang on for the ring.
already at the Super Bowl, so he still got that
Yeah,
experience.
true. He
Didn't
did
win
go
it.
to the Super Bowl. Yeah,
they
didn't
they had
win.
the lead the second half.
Yes, tell me. I know.
But is it because Brian had a different comp? Because I was like, hey, this, and he goes, no, Brian, you had a good career.
Yeah, I feel like if you're one of these tech guys and you made one of these apps or something, you could be out in your 20s.
Sure,
fully retire and. Don't
Although
have to do
fully
anything again.
retired seems so boring to me.
No.
Doesn't fully retired seem boring?
Well, he's going to have to come up with another a passion in life. He's
Right.
too young to sit around on the couch
Yeah.
and eat
Brian,
Cheetos.
you wouldn't lay around and eat flaming hot Cheetos, would you?
No, I travel or do something else. Like
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
Brian, if you weren't doing this for a job, what do you think you'd be doing?
That's a good question. If I, before I did this, I was
So I
TV
say you can
and
have
stuff.
any career, but you can't be in radio.
Yeah, I think I'd maybe dabble in like a chef kind of a.
You would try to be
I
a
can
chef?
see you doing that.
Yeah.
Laura,
Okay.
how
I've
about you?
always
You
had
can
that
have
dream.
any career you want, but it can't be in radio. What do you pick?
I wanted to be a sex therapist, so I would
Really?
still want to go back to that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
wanna
I would obviously be a paramedic. That is my that is
That's very noble of
If I
you.
were to retire right now, I would become a paramedic because I'm
You'd be
great in a
terri-
crisis.
you
I'm
are-
terrific
you are
in a
terrible
crisis.
in a crisis.
So calm and measured.
That time that our tent blew down at
That
the golf
was-
tournament, you ran
was a
for
dangerous
to protect yourself
situation
and let the,
for everyone.
and let the tent hit all of us.
That was dangerous. It was a lot
right.
of danger.
Well, paramedics deal in danger.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you.
Yeah, Mace.
I would be the White House press secretary, but not for this administration.
Yeah, that would be a rough job.
Yeah,
I wanna
I
wait-
don't know if I ever want to have that job again.
I want to wait until President Bartlett gets in office, and
Right.
then I want to be White House press secretary.
Yeah, hold your breath. Hold your breath.
Could
See how long
happen.
it takes till President Bartlett gets there.
Could happen.
Yep. All right, so this just came in a little while ago, about an hour ago. Las Vegas Raiders signing Pro Bowl defensive end Max Crosby to a 3-year, $106.5 million extension, $91.5 million guaranteed. He is now the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
He deserves it. He is a beast.
Yep.
And a great player, but does it say how much that money is guaranteed?
$91.5 million, the highest guarantee for a non-quarterback
Okay,
ever.
good for him. I'm glad he got that. If the Raiders are going to come back this year without a quarterback again, which I would be stunned now that
they're-
Tom Brady
they're gonna get somebody.
and Pete Carroll are there, then I would cut bait on Max because you're not going to win without a quarterback. But I think this is an indicator that they're planning on going to get somebody.
Yeah, I think there's no question. I mean, it seems to me that it's come down to Sam Darnold or I keep hearing Russell Wilson. And I know there's something weird happened between Pete and Russell at the end, but I still think he's in the mix there.
Either one of those choices would be such an upgrade from what we had last year that you don't even know. I mean, that I would get behind.
Yeah.
Either one of those guys. But if they go into this season, and last year they didn't even try.
Right. They signed Gardner Minshew and had Aiden
if they go into
O'Connell.
the season and do that to their fans again, they deserve all the crap they're going to get.
Yeah. No, I think Pete's not messing around. Raiders are not messing around. Tom Brady's
Good.
not messing around.
Good. About time. Fans deserve better.
I texted back and forth with Chris Morales yesterday.
Okay.
He is walking 4 miles a day.
Good.
Yeah, so he's definitely coming around, improving all
For
the
people
time.
that don't know, Morales had a heart episode,
Yeah.
and so that's why he's been out, but he's getting better. and he should be back soon.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so Ireland, if there's one thing you love, it's international games in sports. The Dodgers are about to play in Tokyo.
Hate them.
The Rams played in the UK a couple years ago.
Stupidest thing in sports.
Teams going to Brazil and Mexico City. And
the reason I hate all those, Mace, is because it puts the team that goes at a competitive disadvantage. If the Rams fly to Brazil to play a game and everybody else in their division, the Niners, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, don't, that puts the Rams at a competitive disadvantage.
Right.
And I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, this is a case of follow the money. These leagues want to expand
the
their
world
footprint
brand
and all that stuff.
Now, this idea that Nick Wright from Fox Sports has come up with, I would just kill all the international games. The NFL prints money hand over foot. They don't need any more money. It's our game. It's our sport. We should have all We should have all the games. I'm an isolationist when it comes to sports. But if we have to have international games, Nick Wright from Fox tweeted this out the other day. What he would do if he was put in charge of that. And this I would sign off on. Here's Nick Wright.
Midway through the year, it's International Week, and this team's going to Cape Town, and that team's going to Cairo, and that team's going to London, and that team's going to Rio, and that team's going to Sydney. Every day, 2 or 3 NFL games from different locations around the world. Stay at 17 games. 8 home, 8 road, 1 international game. Add 1 bye to the season. Push the Super Bowl up against President's Day weekend so we all have Monday off, but that's not the point of this. Because of the travel, if your game is early in the week, your extra bye week comes the week before. If your game is late in the week, your extra bye week comes the week after. Remove competitive imbalance, some teams having more home or road games than the other, crazy travel that other teams don't, and make hundreds of millions of extra revenue. And I've had this plan for a decade. Just take it, and everyone will be better off for it.
Now,
I actually love that idea.
It's great. One of the things that Goodell wants to do is every team, this is sort of up Nick Wright's alley, every team will play 1 international game.
That way there's... And Nick also addressed something else that we didn't bring up. And this affects you because you're a season ticket holder. I don't like you losing a game.
Yeah, lose a game.
I don't like, right now, if the Rams go play in London and they designate it as a Rams home game, that screws you.
Yeah, that does. That screws me out of the game.
You guys, all you guys that have Rams season tickets, you and Billy Mack and everybody.
Yep.
You guys are expecting 8 fun Sundays plus whatever you get in the playoffs.
Yes.
And they stick you with those preseason games when nobody plays.
Yep.
That's part of the price you pay. Why should you lose a game? You only get 8.
Yeah, I guess half the teams would lose a home game, right?
No. Every team would have 8 home, 8 road, 1 international. Every team.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That way you don't get screwed out of the game.
There's no home.
There's no imbalance.
Yeah, there's no imbalance. Yeah, I think, look, the NFL, Goodell did a press conference last week. I think he was talking about international growth of the game. They really believe that Europe is a good stomping ground for establishing the NFL over there. Brazil, it's a market. Mexico City, it's a market. He mentioned Cape Town. I don't think they're going to Cape Town or Australia necessarily. But I do think there should be a level of equity between teams.
What he's doing is anticipating what the NFL might do next. They've been all over the world. Why wouldn't they expand to other parts of the world?
Right.
I'm a big Nick Wright fan. I think he's great on the air. And
terrific.
I think that idea is really, really good.
Yeah, I do too. That's all right. I like that plan. All right, so we're going to do a little Mythical Money standings update right now. It's brought to you by Chumba Casino, where any moment can be your moment. Win free daily bonuses, hundreds of online social games, exciting chances to play, and maybe even land some serious prizes. Turn your free time into a good time with Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. Got to be 18. Terms and conditions apply. Go to ChumbaCasino.com. Laura, where does everybody stand?
All right, Mace. So you stand at 89K.
Okay.
Even though you did win in February. You got a 5K there.
All right.
Ireland.
He gets 10K for winning
a
month.
Oh,
it says 5 there, so.
Yeah, no, I think you get...
you get 10 for winning the month.
I thought you get 10.
I think you get 10 for winning the month.
I will.
We'll ask Greg.
Make
here today.
an adjustment.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't work here anymore.
Well, I think it should be 10. Winning the month's a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal.
I think
Okay,
you should
so
get...
we will...
I won January and Mace won February. I think we should just get 10.
Yeah, you have 10. He has 5. So Greg only gave you 5.
No, he's screwing Mason on that deal.
Yeah.
Give him 10.
Okay. So then you would be at 99, Mace.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or whatever, we'll do the math. 96K Ireland, 100K Greg, 105K Brian. And I just came back, so I have a clean 100.
So Brian's technically our leader right now.
Everyone's in the running here.
Yes, everybody's in.
All right. I'm thinking about offering a bet to Travis. Trav, if you're listening, you can text me if you want to accept it. You tell me what side of the bet you would want. Okay. You and Travis and Greg are all indescribably high on the Dodgers.
Yes.
That the Dodgers are going to repeat as world champions. So what's the right side of this? Here's the bet I want to offer to Travis if he'll take it. To win the World Series, he gets the Dodgers. I get everybody else. I get the field to win the World Series. The loser has to do the other guy's show one day next year. In other words, one of us is working 6 hours.
Right.
And the other guy gets the day off. What side of that bet would you take?
I'm all Dodgers.
Okay, Brian, what side of the bet would you take?
I would take the Dodgers as
Laura?
well.
Dodgers.
Okay, so maybe Trav will do it.
Yeah. No,
and I have an update for you, Mace.
Okay.
So Greg said you bet on yourself for 5K. That's why you only get 5K for winning February.
But wait a minute.
We have a prize for winning each month, though.
Yeah, you get $10,000 if you win the month. Mason won the month.
And I bet on myself, so you should add 10,000 to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just add 10 to it.
Yeah, add 10K.
So then you're at 99.
Excellent. All right, coming up next for you, we are expecting a call from Les Sneed, general manager of the Los Angeles
Are we doing
Rams.
sports graffiti first?
We'll do sports graffiti after we talk to Les. That's coming up next
okay.
for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I was walking from doing a hit, and I ran into Chris Mullen. That's not who it is, right?
Love Chris Mullen.
Mully. I turn around to my right, and guess who's standing in front of me and extends his hand out to say, what's up?
Tell me who this is.
Spike Lee.
Spike freaking Lee.
Yeah. And he says,
Spike
yo,
Lee.
what up? And I'm like, hey, what up, Spike?
I love Spike Lee.
I'm like, you good?
Oh, you brought it in?
He brought it in.
He brought it in.
Well, he brought hand out.
Okay.
When he saw me turn around after saying what's up, he brought hand out. And I was like, oh, what up, Spike? And he's like, what up, man? And I'm like, you good? He's like, I'm good. You good? I'm like, I'm good.
Okay, that's a nice conversation.
And I'm like, yo, I got to roll. I'll see you.
It's a nice conversation.
I mean, I had to roll. It was like
Everybody's good.
30 seconds left on the clock
Okay,
before I had to go. So
I understand.
couldn't have like a full-fledged conversation.
Yeah, but at least we know two things. You're good.
He's good.
And he's good.
Right, so
you
we're
guys
good.
are both good.
All right, see you.
Nice.
Yeah.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WOW25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WOW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WOW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code WOW25.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill. It's for you.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
All right, so we're expecting Les Sneed from the Rams any minute now. We will do sports graffiti after that. ESPN LA proud to support Children's Hospital Los Angeles during their 10th annual Make March Matter campaign. CHLA is a leader in breakthrough treatments and research. Such amazing work done there. They are committed to helping every child thrive. ESPN LA will be auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences, and all proceeds will be donated to CHLA. Stay tuned for more information tomorrow on that. Ireland, I came across this weird story as we wait for Les here. Came across a weird story. So, at the University of Illinois, there are two athletes dating. Okay. One is a volleyball player. She is 6'2" volleyball player. Okay. He is a 5'6" wrestler. So
she's got 8 inches on him.
8 inches on him. Okay. Now, do you think, as a guy, could you date a woman who is much taller than you?
I never have. Lisa's 5'10".
Right. And you're
6'1".
6'1",
it's
yeah.
between 6 and 6'1". So we're
6'2"
almost
with
the
your
same.
hair.
Yeah, exactly. If the waves were breaking up high.
Yep.
So I don't know. I never have. I dated. My girlfriend in college was really short.
Yeah.
She was like 5'2".
See, to me, it's when you look at them, you're like, that doesn't seem like a match. Like the guy short and the. Do you know what I'm talking about, Laura?
I do. I pretend that I'm way taller than I am because I'm like between 5'4", 5'5".
Yep.
And I always said I really didn't want to date a short guy. I'm like, because I feel like I'm 6 foot.
Right.
So in my mind.
You date
tall guy.
Tall guy.
Yeah,
and,
my boyfriend's 6'2".
And Allison, I'm thinking she's shorter than you,
she's
right?
shorter
Brian?
than me, yeah, a few inches. She's still pretty tall herself, but shorter than me.
I'm the exception. Juan is 6'2". So I'm the short one.
So
you're fun size.
I wanted to look like
I am not fun size. Thank you.
We had you.
I'm not that short.
You weren't here, Mace, when we had her on the show,
right?
But we had Cameron Brink from the Sparks on the show, and she's like, I think she's 6'2".
Right.
She may be tall. Her boyfriend, and they're like the best looking couple I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend is taller than her, and I wonder, my guess is that she dated, when she was like in high school and stuff, she dated people that were probably much short. Like here's a bunch of pictures of Cameron Brink with her boyfriend. He's a little taller than her.
Oh, he is a little taller.
So it works. But could she date somebody 5'8"?
Would be weird, right?
Yeah.
Women like tall guys.
We do.
That's my experience.
Especially if you're tall like she is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if that relationship will last or not.
Which one?
The 6'2" woman and the 5'6"
I know
girl.
people that are mix matched with height.
8 inches.
Yeah, I've never.
That's a lot, but if
He
love
is
is love,
fun size.
Like
yeah, he is.
That's fun size.
I'm fun size.
Yes, you are.
I am.
Yes, you are. So I didn't realize this till I started looking around. Did you realize we are only 13 days away from the Dodgers opening their season?
Seriously?
March the 15th, 3:10 a.m. LA time. My favorite time to watch a game. How about you, Bri? Favorite time to watch a game is 3:10 a.m.
I'm guessing
March 15th is the exhibition games, yes.
Oh, wait, they're exhibition games? So that's not the real
Oh,
start
those
of
are
the
the exhibition. There are 2 exhibition games.
March 18th is the actual
real game.
Well, that's only 13 days away.
Yeah, 18, 19.
I thought it was I thought they were opening day was at the end of the month. Not
It
anymore.
is. The 27th is at home, right, Brian?
Yeah.
The 27th is
yes,
home
end of the month.
against the Tigers, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right.
And then they're playing the Cubs in Rio. They got 2 exhibition games, then 2 games against the Cubs. Those will be the first 2 games of the year, March the 18th at 3:10 a.m. Now, who's staying up? Who's staying up?
Well, I'm up naturally, so
I will say this. When I was in Shanghai with the Lakers years ago, the Dodgers were playing the Cardinals in the baseball playoffs. It was in October, and the game started there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
I woke up without setting an alarm every night so I could watch.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be you because you're such a big baseball fan.
Yeah.
I think you're going to wake up on your own and watch them.
I remember listening to a Dodgers playoff game. Do you remember the Kike Hernandez 3-home run game?
Against the Cubs,
Against
sure.
the Cubs. I was in London listening to that game on my phone all night long. It's a playoff game. I mean, come on. And by the way, the opener is going to be Yamamoto versus Imanaga. And Imanaga had a great year last year.
Right.
So it's 2 Japanese pitchers in Tokyo.
Except Shohei's not going to pitch over there, right?
Shohei's not going to pitch. Shohei, they're kind of slow playing. I don't know. Maybe he'll be ready for the start of the season. But right now it's going to be Yamamoto and Sasaki pitching the first 2 games of the year in Tokyo, which will be very cool. All right. Well, we will get to Les. In the meantime, let's do this, John. So one of the interesting dynamics in the league right now is that 2 legendary teams are making runs. Obviously, the Lakers. Golden State is as well.
8-1 since Jimmy Butler arrived.
And here's Windy on what this all means. First of all, about Golden State.
The Warriors, I know Draymond said it. He wasn't messing around. I'm not sure I agree with him. They're going to win the title. There's a reason. They're changing the way they play because of Jimmy Butler. Like Steve Kerr was saying this last night. For a decade, Steph and Draymond make terrible turnovers. It's like their bad habit. Jimmy doesn't. Jimmy takes care of the ball. So guess what? Now Steph and Draymond are starting to take care of the ball. Jimmy defends. Now Steph and Draymond, the rest of the team, are starting to defend better. They are feeling good about themselves. They play over there in Brooklyn on Thursday. Then they play 7 in a row at home. They are positioned to go shooting up the stats. The team in front of them, the Rockets, are coming backwards. They're looking, I mean, I know there's teams right behind them. They're looking ahead of them. And right now, they're on the same side of the bracket as the Lakers. That's a potential second-round matchup. Both of them feeling good about themselves. Untouchable to 50-win teams already in Cleveland and Oklahoma City. And I have not even mentioned the fact that the Celtics are probably my favorite to repeat. We are headed for a potentially amazing spring. And anybody who says that there's something wrong with the NBA or they don't like what's going on, you're not paying attention. Because what we've got right now is potentially a historic and incredibly interesting spring playoff.
An incredibly interesting spring
he
now.
brought something up there that we're not talking about enough.
Okay.
Now that the Lakers are good again, we got to start paying attention to the seeds.
Yeah.
Because there's a chance, like if the season ended today, okay?
Yep.
And now we don't know what happened in the play-in tournament, so we'll just take it. The Lakers are the 2, and Minnesota is the 7th.
Yep.
So they'd play Minnesota in the first round. Then they would play the winner of Denver and Golden State. Windy's right. The Warriors might shoot up the bracket.
Yeah.
Now, if you're the Lakers, it's not inconceivable that, depending on how this all shakes out, you could have Warriors round 1, Nuggets round 2, Thunder round 3. You don't want that.
No.
You'd have. I mean, it'd be great for me because there would be 3 unbelievable series and be really fun to cover, but it would be the hardest road for the Lakers. What they want is Minnesota or Sacramento in the first round. And then in the second round, hopefully Houston knocks off Denver. We don't have to play them.
Right.
And then Oklahoma City's completely on the other side of the bracket.
Now, are you missing what can they meet the Clippers in the first round? Clippers are in the 9.
They could if the Clippers get out of the play-in tournament.
Yeah, if they get out of the play-in tournament, Dallas is going to fade. Minnesota is the team in there that's I think is the most difficult matchup for the Lakers. All right, joining us right now is the general manager of my Los Angeles Rams, Les Sneed. Les, thanks a lot for coming on, man. How are you?
I'm great. How about y'all?
We're doing great, Les, and we appreciate you coming on. And congratulations on getting Matthew Stafford signed. Mason was losing sleep every night.
Oh, my God. I was so worried.
We had Sean McVay.
You know what? That's one of the reasons I said I was great today. If that hadn't occurred, I probably, it might have only, it wouldn't have been a great day.
Yes, you're correct.
Les, we had Sean McVay on the other day, and he said it really was, this is his opinion, it really wasn't that close to losing Stafford. Sean felt that Matt was coming back all along, and it just needed to kind of cross the T's and dot the I's. It was really you that got him signed. Sean's coaching, you're running the roster. Did you feel the same way, though? Were you always kind of at least a little bit confident that he was coming back?
I do know this. Through the process, I felt like we we all wanted to be together. You could get that sense. We wanted to renew our vows in our partnership. Now, at the end of the day, the reason it takes the process sometimes is all partnerships, and especially, partnerships among the club and the QB. They even have a nickname, franchise QB, right? And most partnerships don't even get the nickname. But with those come parameters, and there is trade-offs amongst those parameters, and we needed to work through, there's some wear and tear as you work through that. But I think through the whole process, I think the neat thing is we all, at the end of the day, wanted to continue this partnership, continue to chase greatness. And I think, the result was very, very impactful for both parties. We're jacked to continue this partnership.
You also locked up the offensive line, Alaric Jackson at left tackle, and then Rob Havenstein you're bringing back at right tackle. That offensive line was one of the better offensive lines in the league, right?
I can't say this took on a little water early because of the injuries, but as everyone got back to healthy, it definitely gelled down the stretch, and I think that's one of the reasons we were able to get back on track and make the run we did. But you're right, when that group is together, they are definitely one of the better ones, and can be one of the better ones in the NFL as they continue evolving together.
Les, if I was to bring out a spreadsheet, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I think you guys as a team have spent more money on offense than you have on defense. Does it matter if that is a balanced ledger to you, or is it an advantage that your defense is so young and so effective that you can spend more money on the offense? Or just does it matter does that ledger need to be balanced or not really?
I think it probably depends on it's a case by case. In our case, right, with Matthew being in in some of the last few years of his career. Offensive line, like a Rob Havenstein, Tyler Higbee, some of our pillars, right?
Right.
They're going to be higher paid. So, but let's call it like it is. If we're going to partner with Matthew, let's try to go chase greatness together. I think the way we're built and designed right now, that's let's make sure the offense is right. We don't bring back a Matthew Stafford to not get the offense right. Doesn't mean, as we've seen on the defensive side of the ball, that, okay, you can't draft a younger player, a player that's going to come in as a rookie on a rookie contract. Maybe less known to everyone, but as we saw with Puka Nacua, no one really knows who he is, fifth rounder out of BYU, and now he's somewhat of a household name, especially if you're an LA Ram fan. So that can work as too. I think in this case, it was just how we were built, and we knew to keep that offense together, we were going to have to go re-engineer the defense with players on rookie contracts. Now, with that being said, we lost Aaron Donald. That probably helped make that side of the ball a little bit more cost efficient. We lost one player over the last two drafts. We spent 5 top 100 picks to draft 4 players. So not necessarily investing, let's call it, veteran salaries into that side of the ball, but have invested quality draft picks into that side of the ball, and with the intentionality of getting that defense back to speed as soon as possible.
With Cooper Kupp, sounds like moving on. How do you intend to address wide receiver? It seems to me you need a guy who can get some separation, a vertical guy. Is that something you're going to do in the draft where you are very, very good, or is that something you're going to do in free agency?
We're going to look at all means, let's call it, whether it's trades, whether it's free agency, whether it's a draft, to go, okay, let's make sure we rejuvenate, we reimagine, we figure out, we get right. I call it the 5 eligibles, right? Whoever's on the field, whether it's tight ends, running backs, or wide receivers, those are very, very important in Sean's offense. And with Matthew being a traditional right pocket passer, not necessarily being a 6 eligible that the defense is going to defend or have to know that he might go backdoor for a few yards or not. Those 5 eligibles that Matthew's either handing the ball to, throwing screens to, throwing downfield to are very important.
Les Sneed, the general manager of the Rams, is our guest. Les, I asked Sean this the other day too, but this is more of a question for you. I'm very curious. The Combine just got done. I know, and I applaud you for this. I know you guys don't emphasize the Combine as much as other teams do. You guys rely on tape, which is exactly what I would do. But you do talk to prospects. Like I would imagine, like Jared Verse and those guys, if you're thinking about drafting them, I'm curious what you want to know. Like if I'm a prospect and I'm in your office, or if you're coming to visit me and we get a chance to visit, what are you asking me?
That's a really good question. I mean, sometimes it's tough. A lot of times, right, you would hope that if you asked the player, they would somewhat have some awareness. I got a gut feeling I know what the right answer here is. So sometimes the interview's the interview, and you got to work through it. End of the day, you know what we love? We love for players, right, to prioritize football, right? And that shows up in their patterns of behavior, in their consistent habits. Is football a priority? Is getting better at football a priority? And also working with your teammates a priority to help the football team win. Not just I want to have the most sacks and I'm going to be out of gap a good bit of the time trying to get the most sacks, right? But is sacrificing a sack or two, right, to stop the run to win a game, is that a part? End of the day, if you got those things, and we like to take players that if they just show up in the building and be who they are, then our coaching staff, our athletic performance staff, right, can help amplify their skill set to be as good as they can possibly be. We'll blend it together. We'll collaborate as a team to build, to be as competent a team as possible and try to go win a game on Sunday afternoon.
Anybody on your draft board ever in the course of an interview kind of blow it and you like, that guy's terrible?
That's a good question.
We don't like his temperament. We don't like whatever. Take him off the board. Does that ever happen?
That's a good point. I'll tell you this. The answer is yes, and how do you weigh that's very, 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 very important. I can say this. You could go to the Combine and you could get a player. And let's say he has done – Combine interviews used to be 15, now there's 20. Let's say he's done 7 straight interviews. You're the 8th interview, and you got 20 minutes with him. Again, 7 straight, very stressful interviews with NFL teams. It's 10:40 p.m. So from 10:40 p.m. to 11 p.m., that's your 20 minutes. Let's say that player, for whatever, might be rattled from a question – right, from a coach that he's seen on TV his whole life, and that coach just rattled him. What it might just be exhausted, maybe mentally fried, maybe beating himself up because he feels like he didn't answer that last question 2 meetings ago right. And then let's say he doesn't just have an A-plus interview. Maybe it's a B-. So now you got to really weigh, in that interview setting, do you weigh it too much and say, you know what, he's a dud? Or do you go, okay, that's one piece of the puzzle. That's one tool. That's one piece of data that we have. How do you weigh it? And really, that's part of being as good as you can possibly be during this process of figuring out the person is right. Is that consistent with who he is on a daily basis, or is it not?
Last thing for me. Jeannie Buss came out this week, and she said that when they hired J.J. Redick, she was nervous because he had never been a head coach before. You were in the same boat 7 or 8 years ago. A 30-year-old Sean McVay comes to interview for the Rams job, and you guys roll the dice and hire him. On paper, that's a tremendous risk, given the keys to the car to a 30-year-old who had never been a head coach. What won you over? How'd you know?
It's one of those. He was a very successful offensive coordinator, even though he hadn't called plays a ton of years. But when he did, you could look at the analytics. You could go to the film and say, you know what, he's getting people open in different situations in different ways based on what the defense was getting. So you can. There's a way if you have some version of knowledge in football to go, wait a minute, this guy's given the Washington Commanders an edge that they may not get with other people. You can talk to players, right, and you can figure out, especially offensive side of the ball, how does he command the room? How does he teach? How does he handle things when you're going through that 2 or 3 game losing? How does he handle things when you drop 3? All those things you can do to bet. But at the end of the day, not a head coach yet, so you're making a bet. I'd tell I tell Jeannie that, hey, one of the things to really solve your problem is this. What if whoever the Lakers' number one rival is, what if you go, you know what, little nervous, little risky, let's pull out the iron instead of the 3-wood, and let's play this thing safe. What if JJ goes to your rival the next next year and wins? Are you going to be like, oh, we should have done that? Number two is this: he's probably not there yet, right? Give him grace. Let the process play out. The coach is only going to get better and better with the more experience he has. And sometimes that experience is negative experiences, or let's call it net results, or a bad game, or a loss, or here or there. But if you're patient, give him time, right? And you can see internally, not necessarily just on the scoreboard, not necessarily in the result, but you can feel and see the progress. It usually works out, but not easy. Not easy.
So I got a dumb question. I specialize in dumb questions, Les. Do you have a physical?
You make a living in dumb questions.
I do.
Right. Let's go.
Do you have a physical?
You know what? You're probably your middle school, 8th grade science teacher's like, you know what? Better be glad there's sports radio, or he never made it.
It's the only thing I can do. Do you have a physical draft board in your office? Like if I walked into Les Sneed's office, is there like a board with, like there's Shedeur Sanders and there's Travis Hunter and there's all those guys? Do you have a physical draft board?
There is a physical draft board, but it's usually more a video board. So It's technology now. So the old school magnets. I think I joked. James Gladstone just left us to go be GM of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he might be one of the first GMs who's from the start of his NFL career to getting hired as GM has never worked with the old school magnets. So. Nowadays, I'd say a lot of draft boards in the NFL, or let's call it more video boards.
Right,
spreadsheets. You can kind of make video as cards.
Hey, last thing I wanted to know.
I'm staring at one right now.
Yeah, there you go.
On my board right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, who you got in there? Where do you get? What do you got a late first rounder? Do you have how many names?
You can't ask the president for the launch codes.
How many names are you considering for your draft pick? Do you have names circled?
You know, usually like to say is there 26 players that you're really jacked about, right? But that's kind of hard to do. What you then have to do is, are there players that might go first round, or a lot of data says may go ahead of you that you wouldn't take, right? For many reasons, could be they just don't fit our scheme, what have you, and you really try to take the data from them playing football into the season, through the Senior Bowl, through this whole let's call it combine, pro day circuit, interview circuit, physicals, and try to guesstimate that. Oh, by the way, these are probably the pool of players we're playing with, right around 26. But you always have to be prepared that if one of those guys that you think are going before you actually falls there, are you ready to pull the trigger on that player too? And that's probably harder said than done, because there's a lot of times you've always seen that guy on the board going, you know what, he's going way before us, especially with that 26 pick.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden that player's there. You're like, wait a minute, we didn't prepare for this. So that's always the art of a draft board.
Okay, I know I said last thing, but now I got another second last thing. Second last thing. So there was a list.
How are y'all going to put a commercial on and pay for this show?
Yeah. No, we will. We're going to play a bunch of them actually after this. So there was a list that came out of the 50 most talented coaches, executives under the age of 40 in the NFL, and 11 had Rams ties, either current coaches or executives, or coaches that have gone elsewhere. And as you mentioned, Gladstone now becoming a general manager. What is the secret to that? 1/5 of all executives and coaches under the age of 40 have Rams ties.
You know, a mentor of mine, Jim Collins, he wrote the book Good to Great. He has, one of the, let's call it macro pillars of that book is, end of the day, hire the right person. Even if you don't know what seat to put them in, just hire the right person, find a seat for them, and use it to work out. I bet you everyone on that list, and they came from a lot of walks of life. And some, and obviously if they're in the under 40, they were younger. But at the end of the day, we always thought, you know what, that's the right person who has some sort of skill set that gives the Rams an edge. Let's just bring that person into the ecosystem. We'll find them a seat at some point, and each one of them found seats and made that seat better, and then they're off and on to bigger and better things for some of them, and some of them are still in this building, and time will tell their future, and we're jacked to still have them around.
All right. Hey, listen, have a great free agent season and trade season and draft season and all that stuff. We hope to talk to you really soon, Les. Congratulations on getting Matthew back and locking up the offensive line, all that stuff. Excited for next season. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always enjoy it.
All right, let's see ya.
There's Les Sneed. I had two last things. You can have a last thing, and then you can have a second last thing. Can you not have a second last thing
Why
if you
not?
have the last thing?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, coming up next for you, the story of
We're
the
not
top...
going to do sports graffiti
Oh,
next?
yeah, sports graffiti.
Sports
Sorry about
graffiti.
that. Sports graffiti. 877-710-ESPN. Whatever you got's fair. Lakers last night. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Luka and LeBron? You heard from Les Sneed. We talked a little Rams. Raiders lock up Max Crosby. All this kind of stuff is fair game for Sports Graffiti. 877-710-ESPN. That's 877-710-ESPN. All right. As a fan, you always want your team to have the best coach. We were just talking to Les Sneed. Somebody who knows how to win, like Sean McVay. No matter who they're up against, they win. You know who's always winning? Always ready for the next opponent? It is my guy, Jacob. Here is the deal. If you've been hurt in a car accident or a truck accident or a rideshare accident, I'm telling you, whatever it is, it probably feels like you lost the game. But that accident is just the first quarter. When you call Jacob, you get a free consultation. And trust me, Jacob knows how exactly to break down the insurance company's defense and go on the offensive for you and get to the settlement that you deserve. So if you want to be on a winning team with a winning coach, do not wait. If you're injured, call Jacob. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. And if you lost your home, your business, your property in the wildfires, do not wait. Call Jacob and Ronnie now. He has been fighting for wildfire victims all across California, helping families recover what they've lost. Every second counts. Call Jacob today or visit calljacob.com, because when a disaster strikes, Jacob fights back. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Monday night in Chicago, Kings captain Anze Kopitar scored his 14th goal of the season in the last game of the 3-game road trip.
And into the neutral zone comes Kempe. Took that shot to the face earlier. He's left wing and left circle. Kopitar scores! Anze Kopitar ties this game up with 8:21 to play here in period one.
Tonight, Kopitar and the Kings return to Los Angeles, where they posted the NHL's best home record this season. It's the Kings and the St. Louis Blues. Listen live at 7 on the all-new ESPN LA app.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. We ask that you kindly not be that guy, and instead simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone from their top brands in any condition on any unlimited plan for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 with Galaxy AI.
With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, it is sports graffiti time. Ireland, how about you do the honors?
All right, let's go. Jonathan, you're in the leadoff spot. You're on sports graffiti. Go, Jonathan.
What's going on, everybody? Big baby. I got a question. Everybody's talking about the NBA ratings being down. What about now? The ratings are up again now, thanks to the Lakers.
Right.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I would put the Lakers on national TV every night.
Right. I haven't looked lately. I would imagine the ratings thing turned around.
And even if it didn't, it doesn't really matter to the NBA because they got all their broadcast deals done last year.
Right.
So I think the NBA is in a really great place. Here's Steve on Sports Graffiti. Steve, go.
How you guys doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, it's Steve from the Rat Bastards / Devil Dogs. I want to thank you for playing my song on the radio.
Oh, that's awesome. Right. We did play the Devil Dogs. That was a great song, man.
Thanks a lot. Hey, I want to see, do you remember how to pronounce Luka's hometown?
Yes, it's Ljubljana.
I've never heard it pronounced. Steve, do you know how to pronounce it?
Yes, I told you last time. Ljubljana.
Ljubljana. Sorry, Ljubljana.
All right, we'll work on that.
Thank you, Steve. Just calling in to remind us that we played his song, and Ljubljana is his hometown.
Big Rob, you're on Sports Graffiti. Big Rob, go.
What's up, guys? I would just say two quick things right quick. First thing I can't get, why is everybody giving Rob Pelinka, all this credit for this trade? It's a no-brainer. That's like if you had $5, somebody said, give me the $5 and I'll give you $1 million. It's nothing. He did nothing. If he didn't do it, even Jeannie Buss would have fired him. You know what I'm saying? He did not.
Rob,
need
let me tell you why you could
anything.
not. Rob, let me tell you why you could not be more wrong. What Dallas?
Why?
Because I'm going to tell you what Dallas asked for in exchange for Luka was both first-round picks. Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, and Max Christie. And Rob said no.
For a player like Luka, he said no, but a player like Luka, you would still do it, even though you don't want
right,
to.
But he talked him down.
You are out of your mind. You're an idiot.
He talked him down, and we didn't give up as much stuff,
Rob, you would have given up all that, and we wouldn't have Austin Reeves. We wouldn't have Dalton Knecht. We wouldn't have the other first-round pick. You would have sold the whole farm. I'm glad you're not the GM. Jeez, what a dope.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Here's Eric. You're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
John, thank you for what you're doing. By the way, Rob, what world do you live in? I mean, we got to give this guy his props for what he's done this year. The excitement is back in L.A. The excitement is back. Mace.
Yes.
Over. It's raining out there. Be careful.
Yes, thank you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you never know with me. You never know with me.
Jerry, you're on Sports Graffiti. Jerry, go.
Hey, guys, I have to admit, this trade was good. I said they shouldn't have did it, but this trade has been working out.
So Jerry, you would not have done it like when the day they made the trade. You thought it was a bad trade.
I thought it was a bad trade because I thought they were moving forward. Everything was going so good. AD was playing so good, and I thought, oh man, this team they're ready, they're done, But no, they made the trade, and I thought, oh, it was a bad move. I have to admit it was a good move. But do you believe this could possibly be like the curse of the Bambino?
Yes.
And be the curse of
maybe.
Luka?
I suggest curse of Luka, man. That's what they're dealing with down in Dallas, and they're trying to raise ticket prices on people on top of everything else.
Crazy. Ed, you're on Sports Graffiti. Ed, go.
What's up, guys? Ed Hart, Mace. Happy birthday month, and welcome to Club 60 almost.
Thank you, Ed. Almost there. Didn't think I'd last this long.
Look forward to greeting you, and I'll see you there, too. That'll be a lot of
cool,
fun.
Man.
Hey, I'm curious, other than the Luka trade, John, this is more a question for you. I wanted to wish Steve a happy birthday. Number two, John,
yes.
What has surprised you, other than the trade, which surprised all of us, and I loved it the minute it happened, and I think I even communicated with you guys that night. But what this season has surprised you about the Lakers that you just didn't expect to see? Maybe not a move, but just are you surprised that they're number 2 in the West? Is there anything that is really
here's the answer.
20 years.
Here's the answer.
Yeah.
If you would have told me, Ed, that the Lakers were going to improve, get better defensively after trading Anthony Davis, I would have called you crazy. I don't understand how they got better defensively after trading away their 2 best defensive players. They traded Anthony Davis. They traded Max Christie. And if Big Rob would have been our GM, we would have sent Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, and both number 1s. But they somehow got better defensively, and that's been the key to this whole thing, is that they're just locking people up.
Are they just hustling more? I mean, know basketball, I don't know like you do, obviously.
Yeah, they're playing extremely hard, especially on defense.
I think defense is contagious.
I do too, because it's effort.
And by the way, the other thing that Rob did that a subtle move, but has been incredibly important, was the trade for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah,
which happened long before the Luka trade.
Here's Chance. Chance, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, love the show. You guys might have covered this already, but I just got on the listened to the radio about 10 minutes ago. Do you think that Nico Harrison is going to lose his job at the end of the season because everything's going bad in Dallas? And do you think he'll get another job as a GM because one, he traded a generational player, and then it just all went bad after that?
Thanks, Chance. I think the only reason Nico will not get fired is there's no way he did this without ownership signing off on it. There's no way he could have acted independently of ownership here. He had to say, here's what I'm going to do. Are you on board? And Patrick
Dumont, yes,
said, yes, we're on board, do it. So it would be weird if they fired him.
I think Nico's getting fired. I think you got to throw something to the crowd. They're storming the barricades with torches and pitchforks, and you got to throw them some raw meat, and that's Nico Harrison.
Here's Job. Job, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go. Not there,
Job,
apparently.
yeah,
Ryan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Oh, hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Shout out to Mason for his birthday real
Thank
quick.
you.
Also,
Thank you.
I called you're welcome. I last week called about the whole Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers thing. I heard you guys debated a little bit, so thank you for entertaining that. I heard that you were split, but now we don't have to worry about any of that.
Correct.
Stafford back. Let's go. As far as that one caller goes about the Rob Pelinka stuff, I don't know what he's talking about, honestly. First of all, Pelinka didn't even reach out in the first place for that trade. He got a call and then negotiated it beautifully.
Yep.
So there we go. And last point is I cannot wait for baseball season. Like Mason was saying, it's right around the corner. Go Dodgers. I was just at spring training last week.
Nice.
Got to see Gavin Lux in a Reds uniform, which was weird.
Oh, that is weird. Did you get to see Sasaki throw it all?
No, not at all. They weren't up yet. It was last week Monday, and we were at the Reds camp, and but I was right like a few rows behind home plate, and so gave Luxie his flowers. Like, hey, Gavin, good luck this season.
Good luck.
He still can't hit lefties, so it's
So it will be weird. Thanks, Ryan. It will be weird to see Gavin Lux in all red when we've only seen him in all blue.
Yeah. And by the way, and I seriously, against lefties, I think he's going to struggle. This is my call. Lefties struggle.
All right, let's take one more.
Okay.
Hopper, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hopper, go.
Ireland, hey, bud, you and I golfed, I don't know, 6 years ago at the OC when you guys did the OC thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I just played out in Jersey, Philly, just on the Jersey side.
Right.
And I broke par for the first time.
That a boy.
I shot a 70
Nice.
On a par 71, and it's big, and you've done it, and it feels good.
Yeah, I've never broken par. You've got that on me.
You've never broken par?
My career low round is 74.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I would have thought you'd broken par by now.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
I've done it twice. I've shot 74 twice. I shoot 75, 76 a lot.
Yeah.
But I just haven't done it.
Yeah.
You've got to you got to make no mistakes, and golf's a hard game to not make mistakes. But I play so much, I'll do it eventually.
Yeah. All right, coming up next for you, we're going to do a little What's Up, Fool. Brian's got stuff, and Laura's got stuff coming up for you. In the meantime, let me tell you.
What's up, Fool?
About the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. I'm actually having dinner with all the Southern California Hyundai dealer honchos tonight, along with James Worthy, as a matter of fact. And the deals right now are so good at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you're going to think, this ain't right. It almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai, that SUV you've always wanted. I love the Elantra that I'm driving. Maybe you want to go with the stylish Sonata, the Ioniq 6 if you want to go EV. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. Don't wait. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event going on right now. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
There's nothing hotter than the Lake Show.
Luka, three-pointer. Good again.
LeBron James just broke a monumental 50,000 career points. Luka is taking over L.A.
Look at him, Michael. He's having so much fun, he doesn't know what to do.
And the purple and gold are chasing their 8th straight win.
This team's showing no signs of letting up.
Lakers host the Knicks. Pregame gets going tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. on the home of the Lake Show, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.99%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.99%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Our time is upon us.
If this truly is a new era, we must mold it in our image. On one night in the City of Angels, the whole world will set its eyes on our revolution. AEW Revolution live Sunday, March 9th from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you, Brian. So I know we talked about this, I believe, last week. Adrian Wojnarowski auctioning off his cell phones and credentials and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Well, they finally have, been sold. So a little update on this story.
What'd they get? How much?
So the iPhone that broke the Kawhi Leonard, Paul George to the Clippers went for $5,000, which is
Who would spend that kind of a blank phone?
Some of his credentials went for about $2,000.
I throw my credentials to everything away.
Right.
Me too. I don't have one.
I don't even have my Olympics credentials anymore.
From anything. Yeah.
The most expensive credential I think he went was the 2023 NBA Draft, $2,700. All-Star Game credential, $1,000. But another phone did go for about $3,250. So that was the one that COVID was shut down.
So the whole thing,
but wait a minute,
he got about 10 grand?
The phone doesn't have his contacts in it, right?
No, and that was what I was trying to, we talked about it, like what is actually on the phone. I tried diving into it. Still, there's
what I would bid on? His Rolodex. I would bid on his
if
Rolodex.
It had the contacts?
Yeah, well, the contacts, it's unbelievably valuable.
Phone that's 15 years old, what's the point?
I personally don't see any appeal or point to it at all. My question here is there anything that you guys think the fans would want that you have?
Oh,
Is there something that you have that's like, this is the phone that I did this on? Or...
Yeah, right. This is the phone. I will say, is there anything I've got that people... sadly, I think the only thing I've got a Mandy Award that I could auction off. Which actually, somebody would probably buy a Mandy Award, wouldn't they? And I've also got a Mason and Ireland bobblehead.
I think I have one left.
I have one left.
I think that would actually go.
That would probably go.
Well,
I know they have some on eBay.
I'm going to look on eBay and see if there's one still there. I don't think it's worth as much as you guys think it's worth.
Oh, I think
but
if
you sign it.
Oh, sign. Yeah,
maybe.
Now you're talking. Other than that, I can't think of anything that what I would sell my Shohei Ohtani bobblehead, the one with decoy.
Oh, there we go.
I think that would go for a lot. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with Shohei, but I think I'd get some money for that. But no, I don't think I have anything so valuable to auction. Did you find one, John?
I'm looking. There's one for sale for $100.
$100.
That's more than I thought.
Y'all's bobblehead?
Yeah. I hate our bobblehead.
Well,
It's got like half of me and half of John, and neither side looks like us.
Yeah,
and it makes me look really fat. I don't know.
Well, it makes both of us look fat.
Yeah, it makes us both look fat. Screw that.
Oh, but you got to pay $11 for delivery, so it'll cost you $110.
Yeah, there you go. That's a collector's item.
There you go.
What's up, fool?
Put it next to your blank Woj phone.
Yeah, I don't get that, but to each their own, People have weird fetishes for things. All right, guys, so this is one of my biggest fears. A scorpion stung a woman at a Boston airport. She had flown back from Mexico.
Oh, man. Lisa's going to be at the Boston airport on Friday.
Uh-oh.
Well, if she wasn't in Mexico, she should be fine. This woman brought the scorpion in her baggage, like in her luggage.
Intentionally?
No, not intentionally. Okay. But this actually has happened to my family and I when we went to Mexico. My mom always said, leave your luggage outside because you never know what you could bring. I was like, Mom, really? And it actually happened. We had a tiny little scorpion.
Yep.
And one of my biggest fears when I go to Mexico, I don't go often, but when I do, that's one of my biggest fears. So my question to you guys is, what have you brought unintentionally in a suitcase when you've traveled?
Well, every time I go through airport security, there's a bottle of water or vitamin water or something like that.
That
gets me flagged every single time. Do you have I got a bottle of water. It's stupid that way. I'm trying to think of anything else I've ever... You're talking about sneaking onto a plane?
I mean, you could sneak it in. Obviously, we didn't sneak in the scorpions. They just came
right. They just came on.
So, as you guys know, I normally fly private. Like when I go with the Lakers.
That's a flex.
It is.
Big flex right there.
It is, but I didn't think it through.
Okay.
So in my bag, as you know, Mace, in my bag I have 25 different types of medicine.
Yes.
Including my cannabis gummies.
Oh.
So.
Did you fly with them? Oh, private. You can probably do it.
Exactly. One day I'm on a commercial flight and I didn't change my backpack. So I realized on my way to the airport, I've got cannabis, probably too much.
Yeah.
In my backpack. Do I roll the dice and see if I can make it through?
If you're flying private, probably.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm on
you're
a
flying
commercial
normal?
flight.
Okay. What did you do?
When I got to the airport, I took it out of my backpack and put it in my checked bag.
Okay.
The one I was going to check underneath all my clothes, and it made it through without incident.
I am so nervous about that. Brian, when you fly, do you fly with cannabis?
No.
You thought about that way too much, Brian.
Answer.
So
no,
no.
Mace, if you don't fly with cannabis, how do you get cannabis where you're going when you land in whatever country
you
you're
can
going
find
to?
a hookup wherever, man. You can,
and you trust it.
Oh yeah, I trust it.
I don't.
trust it. I'll find a hookup. That's why I like Amsterdam so much. Amsterdam is such a fun time.
No rules, right?
No rules at all. But no, I'm so neurotic about. I would never fly with it because I'm just afraid. And I guess it's not like a high crime.
No.
But I just don't want to get busted.
I guess it depends where you are, right? Like the high.
See, so this is where my mind goes. I'm going to get busted for cannabis. ESPN's going to find out. I'm going to be fired.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah,
those all went through my head.
Yeah. So I don't fly with cannabis.
I'm pretty certain it's been said that especially at where it's legal, California, LAX,
Yeah, but I don't think you can transport it though legally.
Yeah, you can't.
Legally not, but they have come out and said that they're not.
See, I always wonder if you're in a cannabis legal state and you fly, like let's say you fly to Colorado, which is cannabis legal.
I don't think you can.
And I don't think you
like
can fly
federal laws,
even...
right? That's like the issue.
Brian, you don't, right?
Right.
Brian.
Many times.
That's very funny. Very funny. Air quotes.
Speaking of the biggest fears, Laura brought up the biggest fear kind of thing.
Yep.
I saw survey NFL players, a bunch of them, what their biggest fears were. Some of them, you typical, and then you get one here that's pretty interesting. So Brian Robinson said roaches is his biggest fear. Aaron Jones, for some reason, owls are his biggest fear.
That's weird.
Fred Warner, the open ocean. Patrick Surtain, frogs. Adam Thielen, snakes. And this one is what got me. Kalani Sanders of the Saints said his biggest fear is creepy and unfinished basements. There's something about an unfinished basement that he finds as his biggest fear.
I'm with Adam Thielen. Snakes, I don't want anything to do with snakes. Dwight Howard once had 20 snakes.
Yeah. Snakes don't really bother me. Open water does.
Yeah, that's mine.
I don't want to go in the ocean. I just think the ocean...
Isn't there a movie called Open Water?
Open Water, yeah. I think the ocean is for sharks and the land is for us. I don't think we should cross paths. So, yeah, that is my biggest fear. Sharks, I actually don't go in the ocean. Maybe a couple of times I have, but I am so freaked out by the ocean, I would not go in.
Hey, backing up to your last question, I just typed in, can you fly from California to Colorado with cannabis? Answer. Short answer is no. Most cannabis products remain illegal under federal law. Since TSA security is under federal jurisdiction, bringing cannabis through a TSA checkpoint could lead to criminal charges. So even if both states have a legal marijuana policy, you're on a federal plane and you can't do it.
Right. That makes
There you
sense. So don't do it, Brian.
What's up, Foo? Brian doesn't do it.
No, does not do it.
All right, guys. So last night, a bunch of us here at ESPN went to the LAFC game.
Yeah, how was it?
It was great.
Yeah?
I mean,
They won, right?
They
Who all
did
went?
win. So it was Parker, DeAndre, Clayton Yates, Mario, his family. Obviously, some of the boys brought their significant others. Briones, Mike, they went. Christian ended up making it. So it was a bunch of us.
Yeah.
And Christian had never gone.
Oh, wow.
So I've been wanting to get him to an LAFC game because I've always said I'm not a huge soccer person, but LAFC just has a different vibe and it grabs you.
And a great stadium.
And the first thing he's like, hey, I might not understand half the things that are going on here. I know they have to make the goal, but that right there, and he pointed to the 32-52, he said, they got me. He goes, that is so cool. His whole time he was like bobbing with the crowd like the entire time. So I said, I knew you were going to like it. I wanted you to experience it. But a lot of times we don't experience things because we don't know them or we're like, it's not going to be our thing. And I want to know something that you didn't want to do, that you did it and it just hooked you.
Something I didn't want to do, and then it just hooked me.
For me, it was golf.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't care for golf.
And then you played it and you liked it?
It's fun. Like, I actually prefer to get drunk and drive in the, like, not me drive, but somebody drive the little caddy thing.
Yep.
That's my fun. I'm not going to do all what Ireland does and get super technical, but it's fun.
This is weird. So I did not try cannabis until I was 40.
Really?
Wait,
yes.
really?
Never used
Didn't do it in college, didn't do it in...
Never did it in college, never tried it. And then my next door neighbor, I will not name him, Ben Fleet, got me started on it, and I have never stopped. So Ben is responsible. I never thought I would get, into it, but I am super into it now. I'm super into it is a good way. Into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be mine. John, anything ever hook you?
I'm trying to think, did I ever get...
It could be like a sport, even if you
When I was a kid, racquetball hooked us. We loved racquetball.
Mine was tetherball.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that everything I've tried has been intentional. I never really stumbled into anything. The closest thing might be when we go to Idaho. We have a boat. We have a small boat.
Right.
Everybody else has these big, huge boats. And my niece is a really good wakeboarder, so she made me try it, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
But I got to get better at it.
Fishing was like that in our family, too. We would go on runs where we would fish for steelhead trout or salmon.
I can't get into fishing. That's too boring.
See,
it's too calm.
It is. It's calm. It's centering. It's mellow. That's one of the things I like about fishing. Yoga's another one I got hooked on.
For me, I think one thing, puzzles. I got into the puzzle game kind of late.
The puzzle game? Are you doing puzzles now?
Will you do really hard ones that have 1,000 pieces?
Yes.
Or no?
And now that my buddies know that I like puzzles, and they'll try to send me some challenging ones and be like, "Oh, you like puzzles? Try this one."
Now,
has there ever been one you couldn't do?
No, actually. There's been some that take obviously double, triple the amount of time, but stay with
Do you ever glue them all together and then stick them on the wall?
Have.
Have you?
That's cool.
Do you have puzzles on the wall?
Yeah, actually, Allison got me a custom puzzle of a photo shoot that we had, pictures of us. So
that's cool.
That's the only one that I actually
very
glued and put up on the wall.
Awesome.
It was cool.
She has great gifts, like her shirt with her face on it.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah. All right, coming up next for you, what is the most valuable sports franchise in the world? Where do the Lakers rank? Where do the Rams rank? And also, Kevin Durant hates what he calls the narrative-driven media. We'll get to that coming up next, too. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Monday night in Chicago, Kings captain Anze Kopitar scored his 14th goal of the season in the last game of the 3-game road trip.
And into the neutral zone comes Kempe.
Took that shot to the face earlier. He's left wing and left circle. Kopitar scores! Anze Kopitar ties this game up with 8:21 to play here in period one.
Make it happen, Captain. They were needing something big from their captain, and he led the way. Gets a nice feed here from Turcotte, takes it on the backhand, and puts it just inside the post. The entire line will have an impact on that.
Tonight, Kopitar and the Kings return to Los Angeles, where they've posted the NHL's best home record this season. It's the Kings and the St. Louis Blues. Listen live at 7 on the all-new ESPN LA app.
And Canada, excluding Quebec.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
ESPN LA and the Lakers and BBGO are teaming up to find the Lakers GAFOTE. You don't have a lot of time to make sure you go and check out.
Hey, and Laura, let me remind people from earlier that the chances of you winning this just went way up.
Yeah.
Because we're only doing this for 12 more days, and there are not that many people who have entered. So if you're thinking about entering, do it. And you can win courtside seats. You can win a year worth of BBGO. But I just wanted to say, I mentioned earlier in the show, everyone's hitting me up for tickets because the Lakers are the hottest show in town. You can win these tickets for free if you entered this contest that Laura's talking about. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No. We welcome all the information. So you could win, like Ireland said, the ultimate fan package, including courtside seats and a year's supply of BBGO. If this is you, go to LakersGafote.com, LakersGFOAT.com to learn more how to submit your entry. Go now.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
I'm Sia, and I support Humane World for Animals, formerly called the Humane Society of the United States. Together, we have created a new version of Peter Gabriel's beautiful song, Salisbury Hill, to celebrate Humane World for Animals and everything they do. Enjoy the song and join us in helping Humane World for Animals end animal cruelty.
The CONCACAF Nations League Finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. One ticket, two matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason and Ireland right now.
Hey, join me and our ESPN LA Street team at Cosm this Saturday for some college hoops and bunch of giveaways. It's Arizona versus Kansas. Tip-off is at 1:30 in the Dome with the immersive shared reality. It will be followed by Duke, Cooper Flag, and North Carolina. You can experience the games in the Dome or in the hall where they've got multi-view full college basketball experience. If you've not been to Cosm, you got to check it out. Join me on Saturday at Cosm. If you want tickets, go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com. Or you can win a pair of tickets this Thursday on Cosm Ticket Thursday. All right, so the Lakers last night, again, they are on an absolute tear, 7 in a row. Luka Doncic becomes only the fourth Laker in history with 30 points and 15 assists, joining Magic Johnson, Jerry West.
I mean, look at the names this guy is. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's just insane. And that means, John, starting on December the 16th, the Lakers have gone from 10th to 2nd in 77 days. 77 days it took them to go from 10th to 2nd. It's an absolute, I mean, looking at him last night, the vibe is so great. Luka's dancing. I think the basketball IQs make it work. They're blitzing Luka near half court, and then all of a sudden everybody's open. I mean, it really is. And as LeBron said, he can be a wide receiver with Luka at quarterback, and that's really what's going on, and that's preserving LeBron's energy for the end of games and ideally for the playoffs.
And it's almost impossible to describe how exciting the games are at home.
Yeah.
I mean, they are great. They are really, really fun. It's the best show in town, and you should absolutely try and get to the game if you can.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
All right, so I've got a list from Sportico of the most valuable franchises in all of sports worldwide.
Okay.
So I want you to take a shot. I got the top 15. Take a shot. Laura, you've seen the list, so you're not allowed to play
I played
along.
with the morning show, but I was the one that did really well. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
got it.
Okay, I'm going to, what am I going to think?
I won that one.
Cowboys have got to be in there somewhere.
Number one, $9 billion.
Yankees have got to be in there somewhere.
Number two, $7.1 billion.
Warriors have got to be in there.
No. Number three, $7 billion.
Ryan?
This is a weird one. Knicks are there.
Knicks are down the list. They're number 9 at $6.1 billion.
All right, are the Lakers in the top 10?
They're number 15 at $5.9 billion. And by the way, these values are, if you were to put the Lakers for sale, they would go for way more than $5.9 billion.
Right. Okay. Are there soccer teams in there?
2.
But do you want the top 100 or top 15? You said?
I've just got top 15.
Okay, yeah.
Is Real Madrid?
Real Madrid is number 10 with $6.1 billion.
Okay. This is the first one I think I'm going to swing and miss at. Manchester United.
No, it's there. They are number 13 at $6 billion. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any NBA teams that I've missed?
Let's no, you got It's Golden State, Knicks, and Lakers.
I'm assuming I have missed some NFL teams.
Yes, that's what you're missing is NFL
All right,
teams.
I'm going to try the New York Football Giants.
New York Football Giants are number 6 at $6.8 billion.
All right. Does it count if you own the stadium? Does that count in your value?
Part of the valuation.
Give me the Rams.
The Rams are number 5 at $6.9 billion.
All right.
Another team that owns their stadium and their complex and all that stuff.
Did I say the Dodgers yet?
No.
Are they there?
The Dodgers are not there.
Okay, so that's my first
In fact,
strike.
there's not a baseball team. Oh, aside from the Yankees, there's not a baseball team.
Okay. There's more NFL teams I've missed, right?
I think you're missing all NFL teams.
Okay. Niners.
Niners are number 14 at $6 billion.
Barely got in under the wire. How about Patriots?
Patriots are number 4 at $7 billion.
All right, so how many am I missing?
You're missing 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Okay. And I'm assuming I am missing some NFL.
They're all NFL.
Oh, they're all 4 NFL.
All 4.
Brian, you think Steelers?
Steelers is good. I was kind of thinking Raiders, but I do like the Steelers too.
The only problem is Pittsburgh's a really small market. Let's try it. Steelers. All right, that's 2 strikes. These have got to be big. Okay, I don't think the Chargers are going to be there.
I don't think so either.
Let's try it. Okay, I'll go out of my sword. Raiders.
Raiders are number 9 at $6.2 billion.
So we're missing 3 NFL teams.
3 NFL
We've gotten
teams.
Cowboys, Raiders, and Giants, and Patriots. Who we met? Bears, maybe? Give me the Bears.
Bears are number 7 at $6.3 billion. Good call.
2
the
left.
other San Francisco, you got the Warriors
He
up
got
there. With,
he got San Francisco.
I already got the Warriors.
And got the Niners, too.
I don't think the Seahawks would be there. Do you?
I don't.
What about the Texans?
I don't think so either.
They're there? Texans are there?
No.
Okay.
One of them is your new favorite team.
Oh, the Commanders?
The Commanders, yeah. Number 13 at $6.1 billion.
Right, so we're missing 2?
And you've mentioned you've not mentioned this one.
Dolphins, maybe?
They are a woebegone franchise. with
Jets?
The
Ooh,
Jets. Yeah. Can
Isn't
you
that
believe
interesting?
that?
He says woe be gone. I say Jets. So we're only missing one?
No, that's it. You got them all.
Okay.
Yeah, you got them all. It goes Dallas Cowboys, Yankees, Warriors, Patriots, Rams, Giants, Bears, Raiders, Knicks, Jets, Real Madrid, Commanders, Manchester United, 49ers, and the Lakers. Those are the most valuable franchises in all the sports. All right, so we're always looking for a narrative, us in the media, right? We're very narrative-driven.
Yes.
And I don't think that's a bulletin to anybody. But there are problems in Phoenix. They're just
to say
a
the
mess.
least. Although the Clippers blew a 23-point lead, and the Suns came back and won.
So Mike Budenholzer, there's some conflict between him and KD, and Devin Booker's not happy and all that stuff. Here's what KD said last night about the media being hungry.
TNT captured you and Bud having an exchange. What was going on there?
Yeah, that's what usually happens when you don't know the dynamics of a relationship. You know, you catch something on TV, you get a quote, and now you pushing that narrative as if me and Bud don't do that all the time. We competitive as two individuals who want to see things done the right way. And sometimes my way ain't the way that Bud want to do it, and vice versa. And he allows me as a player on the team, a veteran on the team, to voice my opinion. If we both didn't care, we would never have stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm glad that the win is going to sweep all of that stupid stuff under the rug, because people couldn't wait. Even some people in Phoenix in here couldn't wait to run with that, you know, and say, oh, this is the reason why the team ain't playing well, because of that specific thing. But come on, man. That shows that me and Bud really care about trying to right this ship and trying to win basketball games. So he understands where I'm coming from. I understand exactly where he's coming from. It's just the people on the outside don't know the dynamics of the relationship.
KD is so sensitive. Is he not? He's like the most sensitive superstar there is.
Well, I think he's going to get traded, especially if Phoenix doesn't make the playoffs.
And don't you think Budenholzer will be fired there?
Okay.
Budenholzer and Booker are butting heads.
Right, but think about this. So they fired Monty Williams 3 years ago. They brought in Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
Fired him after 1 year. Now you're going to fire Mike Budenholzer after 1 year. You're going to pay 3 coaches all at once.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Players League.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I don't understand why that team's not better. Their roster would indicate that they probably are.
Right. Just because you put 3 superstars together does not mean it equals championship.
No.
All right, coming up next for you. The 5 teams that could challenge the Dodgers this year. Plus the Lake. We'll do that. Mason, Ireland. I don't have a second tease. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right. If you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. My buddy Ian Siegel, who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. They don't leave anything to chance. And he's right. Right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Again, that website is ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Monday night in Chicago, Kings captain Anze Kopitar scored his 14th goal of the season in the last game of the 3-game road trip.
And into the neutral zone comes Kempe. Took that shot to the face earlier. He's left wing, then left circle. Kopitar scores! Anze Kopitar ties this game up with 8:21 to play here in period 1.
Make it happen, Cap, and they were needing something big from their captain, and he led the way. Gets a nice feed here from Turcotte, takes it on the backhand, and puts it just inside the post. The entire line will have an impact on that.
Tonight, Kopitar and the Kings return to Los Angeles, where they've posted the NHL's best home record this season. It's the Kings and the St. Louis Blues. Listen live at 7 on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
So everybody knows by now that Kyrie Irving tore it's torn ACL, right, from the other night.
Yeah, out 8 to 12 months.
And one of the nuggets that you sent along today is that when they traded Luka, more was expected of Kyrie, more minutes, more workload, and is that part of why Kyrie broke?
And this shocked me. In the 10 games after the Mavs traded Luka, all right, so the next 10 games after that, Kyrie played more minutes than anybody in the NBA, 39 minutes a game. Whew. This is a guy with a very long injury history. They basically broke him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
They increased the wear and tear on a guy who traditionally misses on average 20 games a year.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. The whole thing was so badly planned, so badly executed, so badly handled. I can't imagine a team could have done this worse than the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, so if you want to read more about this, there's a guy, Christian Clark, in The Athletic that has a story on there today, and here's what he wrote. Increasing Irving's workload was one of the obvious concerns about moving Doncic. While Irving is brilliant, he hasn't been the most durable player in his 14-year career. He's only played more than 60 games 4 times in 13 years. Mavs staff watched Irving miss 24 games last year and 5 games in January of this year with a bulging disc in his back. Yet, they still wanted to foist more responsibility on him. Irving played 10 full games after the Doncic trade. The 39.3 minutes he averaged was the most of any NBA player. I mean, what are you doing?
It's unconscionable. It really is.
Every time more information comes out, it makes you wonder if the Mavericks have any clue what they're up to.
Yeah,
I mean,
I really. And by the way, Shams came out and said the whole conspiracy theory that they're trying to take the team to Vegas is bogus. He said that he has no information on that.
Yeah, I've never thought that was the long play.
Why would you leave Dallas? I mean, Dallas is a great market. All right, so the Dodgers are about to make another run and win another World Series. Am I right or am I right?
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
So, but there are 5 teams, John, according to, let's see, who is this? The Athletic, that Levy Weaver and our friend Ken Rosenthal. Hey, John. He says that there are 5 teams that can challenge the Dodgers.
You're confusing Ken Rosenthal and Bob Nightingale.
Oh, that's right.
Ken Rosenthal won't come on the show.
Ken will not?
He says, whenever Laura or Greg calls him, he says, I don't do ESPN.
Really?
Yeah, that's his answer.
Oh, wow. It's terrible. All right, so he says there are 5 teams that can challenge the Dodgers. Number 1, the Yankees, reigning AL champs. They've added Max Fried, Cody Bellinger, and Devin Williams, who's devastating down the bullpen. The Braves, they added Jurickson Profar, and they're getting Ronald Acuna Jr. back. Spencer Strider, Chris Sale is there. So there, and I think at some point the Dodgers and Braves will potentially play in the postseason. Red Sox made a big jump. They signed Alex Bregman. They traded for Garrett Crochet, who is really good from the Tigers.
Right.
And Trevor Story, they got a shortstop now, trying to recapture what he used to have. Phillies are always there. There is Kyle Schwarber's there, and obviously they added Jesus Luzardo
Still
and
have
Bryce
Bryce Harper.
and
Yeah.
that's a good-looking team. Trey Turner. And then the Mets, who got Juan Soto. They still have Pete Alonso. At some point, John, in the postseason this year, we will see Tanner Scott versus Juan Soto. Tanner Scott versus Juan Soto. I think the Dodgers specifically got Tanner Scott to face lefties like Juan Soto, who is just so devastating in a lineup.
Who had that role last year? Bonda?
The lefty lineup.
Who was the Dodgers situational lefty?
Alex Vesia.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, Alex Vesia was probably a guy. Now they've got the bullpen so loaded. I mean, a couple of these guys are not back yet. Evan Phillips isn't back. He's taken some time. So is Michael Kopech. He's taken some time. But the bullpen with Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, tremendous improvement over last year. The Dodgers got better almost everywhere, including in second base. They're probably going to play Edman a lot, and he'll play either second base or center field. He's excellent at both positions. Kike Hernandez, you'll probably see in that spot. Andy Pages, expected to make the roster. Hee-Sung Kim, there are reports that he may go down to AAA to tune things up a little bit. But Dodgers looking terrific. But those are the teams that have a shot. The Dodgers are a 3-1 shot in Vegas to win the World Series. I would make them a 2-1 shot.
I'm surprised you're not making them a 1-1.
Yeah,
You're so
close.
sure of it.
115 wins. That's what I'm talking about. I think they're going to blow the doors off everybody. Brian, am I right or am I right?
You're right. I think they're actually going to break the record. I'm calling them over 116 this year.
Over 116.
You two guys are both high.
Oh, no. Well, yes,
They're
but
not.
no.
Yeah, they're not.
118.
Yes.
I mean, no team has ever won 118.
Right. They'll be the first.
The first.
I don't think they're going to emphasize the regular season as much as you guys think
I don't
they're going to.
I don't either. I just think they're going to accidentally win that. I mean, they're
too
so
deep.
loaded.
Yeah.
I think they can take their foot off the gas, and they're still going to win that many games. I think they are that good. That good. It's going to be such a fun baseball. Actually, think about this. We talked to Les Sneed a little bit earlier. Rams bringing back a great young defense, bring back Matthew Stafford and the whole offensive line. Need to add a wide receiver, but beyond that, really, really good and Super Bowl contenders. Lakers add Luka Doncic. They are NBA title contenders, and the Dodgers are also going to race to potentially a second World Series. This really is living up to the slogan, City of Champions, because I think we're going to get at least one and maybe two championships out of that.
So I was thinking about this the other day. So Lakers looking good, Dodgers looking good, Rams looking good,
Yep.
Kings looking good.
Yep.
Imagine if you lived in Dallas. The
Oh,
Cowboys are in the toilet.
Yeah.
The Mavericks, nobody knows what they're doing. The Rangers, after winning the World Series 2 years ago, laid an egg last year.
Yep.
It'd be a lonely time to be a sports fan.
Yes,
in
it
Dallas,
would be.
wouldn't
That's
it?
a sad
Can you
time.
imagine what those sports talk shows are like today?
Oh, my God. Well, actually kind of fun.
Right. Because they want to kill everybody.
We want things to be either great or disastrous.
Yeah, you
Those
can't
are-
have middle.
Can't have middle's boring. We want great or disastrous.
Well, they've got one of those covered.
Yeah, they definitely do. I still have not gotten a good recommendation for a tattoo artist that you can personally recommend.
On the west side.
On the west side. Still don't have that. So if you do know somebody, tweet me because I'm getting my tattoos. I'm getting dog paw. You know,
Why?
my dogs are so
So
important.
just a salute to your dogs?
Yeah, my dogs are so
cute.
important to me. I'm going to get a dog paw.
Are you
Where are
like
you gonna
doing
put it?
one?
I've got my elephant tattoo here. I think I'm going to put the dog paw over here.
On your left pec is the elephant tattoo?
Right, and then get the dog paw on my right pec.
Are you doing like a generic one, or are you actually?
I'm using my dog's paw. My dog
get that?
Enzo. when Enzo passed away, they gave us an impression of his
I didn't even
little
know they
paw.
do that.
Yeah, they do.
So we got like a little clay with his impression on it, and so that's what I'm going to use to do the tattoo.
That's cute.
That's the game plan.
I love that.
All right, coming up next for you,
Hey,
John.
by the way, did you name him Enzo because of The Godfather?
Yes, Enzo the baker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am Enzo.
Enzo.
The baker. Enzo. Stick your finger in your coat.
Make it look like you're dangerous.
You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the first time I ever heard that name.
I love that name. I love that name. All right, coming up next for you, one NBA star says that the Luka-LeBron combo reminds him of another chapter in Lakers history and the story of a toddler and his emergency donuts. That is next for you. Also, I want to mention here, ESPN LA, proud to support Children's Hospital Los Angeles during their 10th annual Make March Matter campaign. CHLA is a leader in breakthrough treatments and research committed to helping every kid thrive. ESPN LA will be auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences. All proceeds will be donated to CHLA, and we'll have details for you tomorrow right here. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Chumba. It is time, people, everybody.
Chumba.
I'm telling you, I love Chumba. It is game time. Are you ready to Chumba? At Chumba Casino, the action never stops. Play online social games anytime, anywhere for free. No purchase necessary. Your playbook is absolutely stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots and so much more. Hundreds of games. You will never run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up and take your shot. Let's head to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason, Ireland. 710 ESPN.
There's nothing hotter than the Lake Show.
Luka, three-pointer. Good again.
LeBron James just broke a monumental 50,000 career points. Luka is taking over L.A.
Look at him, Michael. He's having so much fun he doesn't know what to do.
And the purple and gold are chasing their 8th straight win.
This team's showing no signs of letting up.
Lakers host the Knicks. Pregame gets going tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. on the home of the Lake Show, 710 ESPN.
You never expect a massive trade between superstar players or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
There's only one team you can call on to play defense for you, the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call this number, 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. Let Joseph and his team score the winning shot for you.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry. Terry, Terry. Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Spring is finally here, and so are spring projects. So get them started at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. This weekend, save on products like pressure washers for $69.99, 42-inch roller cabinets for under $500, plus 30% off Hercules corded power tools. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 3/9/25 while supplies last. Limitations apply, so spring in before it's over.
Mason, Ireland. on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe it.
We do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
John, I would argue this record came out on this day in 1983. I would argue this is one of the 5 greatest records, singles of all time.
Billie Jean.
Billie Jean. This is a genius record. I mean, so revolutionary, I think.
Is this Michael Jackson's biggest hit?
They all went to number 1. How do you know which is the biggest?
I think it's like everybody has their own
This was on Thriller, right?
This was on Thriller.
Was it on the one off the wall?
No, Thriller.
Okay.
This was, I'm telling you, I was a music program director when this album came out, and it was just one single after another.
You know
Everything
what I think
went to
of
number
when I hear
1.
this song? Kobe Turner.
Oh, yeah,
the
Kobe
Rams,
Turner
'cause
does
he-
a great version
he does
of this.
A good version of this.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to type in what is considered Michael Jackson's
This is his highest selling song, according to
biggest
Parker.
hit. Okay. What comes up? It says, it lists 3. He said, Michael Jackson has had multiple hits, including Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller. Beat It might have been a bigger hit.
Yeah, Beat It. I think this is a better record, and the video's really cool. That's the one where he's dancing on the kind of squares
You know
that
what's
light up.
surprising about Michael Jackson, and it lends itself to his greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Most Beatles songs have been covered by other people. Michael Jackson songs don't get covered by a lot of... Smooth Criminal got covered by a couple of bands.
Yeah, Chris Cornell covered Billie Jean. It was fantastic.
But not a ton of covers.
Well, nobody would cover Thriller, right?
Why not?
That'd be a weird one because you could do this.
Yeah, but it was great.
Yeah, but I feel like only Michael can pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. That Thriller video is awesome. It's a great video.
Great video.
It's hard to redo
Okay,
Thriller.
so Billboard has an article that says Michael Jackson's 50 top songs on the Billboard 100. Okay, so it just basically lists his songs as, like 1 to 50.
Right.
Let me see if I can get all the way down to 1. All right. 5, Rock With You.
Oh, I love that song. That's off
4,
off the wall.
Beat It.
Yep.
So I think Billie Jean may be number 1. 3, I'll Be There when he's with the Jackson 5.
Right.
2, Billie Jean.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Okay, so what would the biggest one be?
No way.
Is the biggest one Thriller?
This is 22 weeks at number 1. No, number 1 at 6 weeks, 22 weeks on the chart. This song's okay, but it's kind of gimmicky. Say, Say, Say with Paul McCartney.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was not a... I did not like that. That is off... I think that's off Thriller also, but that's not...
But that's not his biggest
No,
hit.
and not his best. Not his best by any stretch.
But Beat It, or Billie Jean, was only number 1 for 7 weeks and was on the chart for 24 weeks. So statistically, Say, Say, Say is right there.
Yeah.
But he's such a unique talent. Now, he's another one that, for whatever reason, I can separate the art from the artist. We talk a lot about this, how you don't like watching Kevin Spacey movies anymore.
Yeah, they're
and
just...
Greg won't,
thankfully, there aren't any.
Well, but Usual Suspects used to be one of your favorite movies.
Yes.
And now you're over it,
Yeah,
right?
I am over it.
Greg won't watch Mel Gibson movies.
Well,
because
yeah.
of all the anti-Semitic stuff.
Because he's anti-Semitic.
I can still throw on Thriller and listen to it start to finish and not think about all the extracurriculars.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff, Kevin Spacey's a weird exception for me, but for most of the stuff, I do separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. I do it with Woody Allen. Woody Allen's a weirdo, but his movies are great.
Yeah, he's sort of, his movies, he's making like movies in French now. He's sort of doing his own thing.
That is a battle that I fight a lot, just personally, separating art from the artist.
Yeah, totally.
But you know what? I don't know why this came up today. I was getting my hair cut, and the girl that cuts my hair plays music while she's cutting my hair.
Okay.
And a Madonna song came on, and I thought about that Netflix special, Greatest Night in Pop, where they had to make a decision. Okay, this is in 1983. They wanted another female voice, and they had everybody at this point. They had Michael Jackson, they had Stevie Wonder, they had Bono, they had every big name in music.
Yep.
Committed to. They had Bob Dylan, they had everybody.
Sure.
Quincy Jones said, "We need another female voice."
Right.
And all the people in the room, the producer and everybody, all the other artists said, well, it should be one of two people.
Mm-hmm.
It should be Cyndi Lauper, who at the time had a monster
She was
hit.
really big at that
Girls
moment.
just want to have fun. Or it could be Madonna.
Yeah.
And somebody said, Madonna's a flash in the pan. Cyndi Lauper will be here forever. Let's take Cyndi. And they did, and left Madonna out.
Wow.
And if you go back and look, she dwarfed a lot of, like, Huey Lewis is in it.
Yeah, Huey filled in for somebody, right?
Is in it.
Al Jarreau, yeah.
But
was Al Jarreau, who was the one that was drinking?
Al Jarreau.
Al Jarreau, yeah. Al Jarreau had a good time that night.
And then there was a country guy who said, I'm out.
When they started doing Swahili, I think it was, who walked
was it
out?
Waylon Jennings?
I think it was Waylon Jennings who said, I'm out.
He didn't have a line. I think that's what you would have done. If you didn't have an individual line, you would have walked out.
Just to be in that room with all those famous people?
Well,
Are you kidding me? Do you know how much I love famous people?
And he walked out.
Yeah.
He does.
If there's a star, I'm trying to get there.
And if I remember correctly, they had Daryl Hall, but not John Oates. They invited half of Hall and Oates.
Yeah, Oates is. What was the point of Oates?
Well, now they're suing each other.
They're suing each other. But, I mean, that Hall and Oates was Daryl Hall. Oates was just along for the ride.
They got a lot of hits, though, man.
They do, but don't you think Oates was along for the ride?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Daryl Hall was the guy.
Who was the second guy in Wham?
Andrew Ridgeley.
Yeah.
He fell off the face of the planet.
And because George Michael was the act.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was it on Miami Vice? No, away from music. Who was the
Don Johnson?
Don Johnson was the big one, and then the other one dropped off the face of the earth.
Thomas?
Never saw him again.
Yeah.
Never saw him again. All right, I want to play a 911 call.
Okay.
Brian, do you have that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so this 911 call came in, and I want you to listen to it.
Hello? Donuts. I want donuts. Hello?
Donuts.
Can I talk to Mom?
Donuts. That's cool.
I want some donuts. Are you going to share your donuts?
Donuts.
An emergency.
Donuts.
Are you going to share?
Right now.
You're not. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Can I talk to Mom?
Emergency donuts.
By the way,
He clearly wanted donuts. He said it probably 20
he called
times.
911 because his mom wouldn't give him donuts?
Yeah, he wanted emergency donuts. That's the kind of call I would make.
Called him twice, too.
Oh, yeah, he did call back.
And by the way, kudos to that operator who was great.
Playing along, yes.
Well, like trying to get to the adult.
Yes. Where's your mom? Emergency donuts.
Can I talk to your mom about the donuts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was good.
That's so funny.
Kevin Reese just sent me a text. Dan Aykroyd was at the We Are the World taping.
Was he?
Yeah. Remember, he was a Blues Brother.
Oh, right. He was a Blues Brother,
the
so it made
Brothers
sense.
Were pretty big hits. So Dan Aykroyd, who was a major star on Saturday Night Live and in the movies,
right,
was at We Are the World, but was not at the SNL 50.
That's so weird. Why did he skip the SNL 50?
He skipped it. Dana Carvey skipped it. And for some reason, Bill Hader skipped it.
Yeah,
and,
Bill Hader is important
and
to that
show. And I
show.
don't believe any of them when they say they had a conflict. I listen to Dana Carvey does a podcast with David Spade.
Okay.
And he claims he was just sick.
Is that what he claims? In other
You
words,
buy it?
he didn't get featured.
But
if you're like Dan Aykroyd should be featured.
They would have done Church Lady. I think a Dana Carvey showed up.
Yeah.
But maybe he was.
You know what was
maybe
genius?
He's telling the truth.
The genius thing, Dana Carvey's Joe Biden,
right,
is amazing.
And his George Bush was great.
It was great. Knock on down.
Yeah, right.
Knock on down. All right, going to do some game of games
super
coming up
talented.
next. I cannot win today, John. I cannot win.
Well, this may be the only thing that can slow you down. You are the Lakers of Game of Games lately. You got hot in January, and we haven't been able to stop you.
Yes, I'm on a
Which
roll.
I thought I would never say.
So the game has to do with, in a roundabout way, the Dodgers, and we will do it next.
All right,
Mason,
Laura, you got to get another player. See if Bergman's in his office. See if he wants to
I
play.
will.
Okay, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Toyota here, Laura?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
If you are looking for a car, you got to go check out your Southern California Toyota dealers. Do you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? Toyota Care is a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal factory-scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. Basically, Toyota Care will keep your Toyota running well like a Toyota. Explore all of Toyota's vehicles, and you can find the best local offers either at Toyota.com or just visit your Southern California Toyota dealer. Whether you want a car, a truck, an SUV, they've got them all. Toyota, we make it easy. Let's go places.
The King keeps making history.
Cross court to LeBron. 3 for 50,000. It's good. LeBron goes over 50K, and the crowd comes to its feet.
50,000 career points for LeBron James, becoming the first NBA player to ever do it.
50,000 regular season and playoff points combined.
Another milestone for the King.
LeBron James.
And you heard it all right here
on 710 ESPN.
Did you know Children's Hospital Los Angeles runs one of the largest clinical trial programs in the country for kids with cancer and blood diseases? It's true. At their Cancer and Blood Disease Institute, your child can access tomorrow's treatments today. They're #1 in California because they offer kids therapies not available at most hospitals. It's a little like stepping into a world where medical breakthroughs happen daily, and they're always pushing what's possible.
Hey, it's Mace talking about the amazing, spectacular Cosm. Best place to watch sports. Cosm is the ultimate sports experience. NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League, WWE, more. On massive, high-resolution displays, you got to experience the Dome at Cosm. Immersive shared reality that wraps around you. It's like being on the field or on the court. Inside the hall at Cosm, wall-to-wall live multi-view sports. Go to Cosm.com to get your tickets today. That's COSM.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text LIKE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text LIKE to 42424. That's LIKE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. It is my game today, and we welcome to the show
for the first time ever
our guest, Greg Bergman.
And you are
guest.
Did you hear the tribute that was done for you?
Yeah, I did. He sent it to me too.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
It's so
hey,
good.
It's great that he made something for me.
It is.
Thank
It's
you,
very
Jeremy.
nice.
I think
It's
this was
very
very
nice.
well done.
Yeah,
It was
very well done.
Very well done.
All right, so the game, of course, the Dodgers are going to be in Tokyo in a couple of weeks for the matchup with the Cubs.
Yep.
Yep. It'll be Yamamoto and Sasaki versus Imanaga and someone. Now, I've got a quiz about Japan and the U.S. So the answer to each of these questions is either the U.S. or Japan.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
Got it.
Here is number one. This country's home to the world's tallest roller coaster. Is it Japan or the U.S., Ireland?
U.S.
U.S. Brian?
U.S.
U.S. Laura?
U.S.
U.S. and Bergman?
I'll go with the crowd.
And you are right to do so. Yes, the world's largest roller coaster would be at Six Flags in New Jersey. All right, which country has the highest percentage of forested land? Highest percentage of forested land. Is it Japan or the U.S., Brian?
U.S.
U.S. Lar.
I feel like that's a trick question.
I do too.
Yeah. Percentage?
Yeah.
Percentage of forested land.
Okay, I'm just going to go with Japan.
Going with Japan. Bergman.
I'm going to go U.S. There's just more land.
Yeah, I know.
I think you're trying to trick us. I'm going with Laura and saying Japan.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's 67% of Japan is
that's
forest.
why I thought it'd be weird. Yeah.
See, trick question somewhere.
Yeah, pick up where you left off there, Bergman. All right, number 3. Which country has the highest life expectancy? Is it the U.S. or Japan? Laura.
Japan.
Japan. Bergman.
Japan.
Japan. Ireland.
Japan.
Japan. And Brian.
I agree, Japan.
Japan is correct. Yeah, the life expectancy is much better. Life expectancy in Japan is 84. Life expectancy here is 77.
I read a book once that there's a village in Japan where everyone lives to be 100, and it's because they don't eat meat.
Yeah, they call
get
it a
their
blue
protein
zone.
From plants.
Yes,
and stuff.
and fish.
Yeah, a lot of fish.
A lot of fish. All right. Which country has the most vending machines per capita? Which country has the most vending machines per capita? We start with Bergman.
I'm not really sure what per capita is.
In other words, per person.
Per person.
How many vending machines per person?
I think there's a ton of them in Japan. I'm going to go Japan.
Going Japan. Ireland.
I'm with Greg. Japan.
Japan. Brian.
I agree, Japan.
Japan. And Lar.
Let's go U.S.
U.S. Laura, you ventured out and got it wrong. The correct answer is Japan. There is one vending machine for every 23 people
and
in
they
Japan.
have you get a car in a vending machine there.
Oh, then I fumbled that one.
Sushi, whatever.
All right, so the score, this is interesting. Ireland 4, everyone else 3.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay, which country has the longest continuously operated hotel? Longest continuously operated hotel. Is it Japan or the U.S.? We're back to Ireland.
I don't know, but we're due for a U.S. I'll say U.S.
That was my reasoning.
Brian.
Yeah,
U.S.
U.S. Laura.
What the hell, Japan?
Japan. And Bergman.
U.S.
The correct answer is Japan.
Wow.
Now get this. The Nishiyama Hotel was founded in 705 A.D.
Still going.
Still going. 705 A.D.
That's great. What made you think to look up the world's longest hotel?
When you're doing a game, you'll take it.
That's true. You will look at weird stuff, man.
That's a very strange thing to even find out.
All right. Which country is the oldest continuously operated university? Oldest continuously operated university. Brian.
Japan.
Japan. Laura.
U.S.
U.S. Bergman.
U.S.
U.S. And John.
U.S.
U.S. The correct answer is U.S. Do you know which one it is?
Like Harvard?
Isn't it? I thought it was
It's
Harvard.
Harvard. 1636 was the founding of
All right.
Harvard.
Laura 5, Ireland 5, Greg 4, Brian 3. How many are left?
3 left.
Come on,
Okay.
Brian.
All right. Which country has the oldest, longest, continuously operated company? So which has a company that has lasted longer? Is it Japan or the U.S.?
How many are left?
There are 3 left.
So one of the.
So we start with the leaders, right? Laura goes first.
Laura or me.
All right, I'm going to go with Japan.
Japan. Ireland.
I'm with Laura. Japan.
Bergman.
Not making the move here, Japan.
And Brian.
Give me the U.S. of A.
You are wrong to do so. The Congo Gumi is a construction company founded, get this, in 572 A.D.
Well, they find something that works. They stick with it.
Japan's much older than us. Yeah.
There are 2 left?
Yes, 2
that
left.
eliminates Brian.
Okay.
Sorry, Brian.
I'm 1 back, right? I still don't have to
Laura
go.
and
All
I
right.
have 6. Greg has 5. And I have to go first.
Which country is home to a larger metropolitan area? In other words, biggest city. Which country has the biggest city? Japan or the U.S.?
It's me.
It's Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
It's either going to be Tokyo or New York City. Man, there are a lot of people in Japan. I'm going to go U.S.
U.S. Somebody tied? Laura?
Laura.
I'm also going to go the U.S.
U.S.
Do you take your shot?
Is this the shot? Because it's
if you miss,
it's
you're
largest.
out.
It's not by people. It's just the largest.
It is by people.
Oh, it is by.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm going with the U.S.
Yeah.
I'm staying here.
You guys are wrong.
No,
What?
41 million people live in Tokyo.
And by the way, Greg, that was a perfect opportunity because none of us knew. We were all
Yeah,
guessing.
we were all guessing.
So
yeah,
you
but
just
if you
did-
would have gotten it right and then
right,
I got it wrong,
right, but
I'm out.
I would have
would've
gone
been out.
the other way. Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're in
No,
the same boat you were in a second ago.
So now I have
and now
one more
Laura has to
question.
go
I go
first.
first.
Okay. Which country has more sushi restaurants? Japan
Tricky.
or the U.S.? John, you're
It's Laura.
It's Laura. You're our leader. Japan or the U.S.?
We're
Who's
tied,
got
right,
more
John? But
sushi
I'm
restaurants?
first.
Yep.
I am going to go U.S.
U.S. Who's next, John?
I can take Bergman off
You
the
can.
board.
You can just get rid of me right now.
Ruin him.
But I'm too competitive. I think it's a trick question. I'm also going U.S.,
So I
which
have to go
opens
to-
the door for you.
I have to go to Japan, but I do think it's the U.S.
Correct answer. Japan.
Whoa!
Yeah.
All right.
So it was a reverse trick.
Reverse trick
About
question.
26,000 sushi restaurants in the U.S. compared to 40,000 in Japan.
Okay. So you got a tiebreaker?
Yeah, I got a
Well,
tiebreaker.
here's where I'm off because I suck at
Oh,
these.
you were bad at
the other day, you
tiebreakers.
nailed it.
So we got a
Honestly.
three-way tie?
I'll just write it
All
on
right.
my phone.
You got it.
Okay. If you add the population of the United States to the population of Japan, what is the total?
Remember what I said last time,
Yes,
guys.
I know.
So, yeah.
U.S. population plus Japan population. Write something down.
All right, I got one.
Okay. Bergman, you got some?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Laura?
now.
I mean, it's going to be bad.
What are you, like 10
Radio-
billion over there?
Radio Michael.
Okay.
Radio Michael,
Did you
get
make a
ready.
guess?
I did.
Okay.
What'd you write, Laura?
It's bad, guys.
What'd you write?
750 mil.
Okay.
Okay.
That's actually not as
That's
bad.
not
So,
a
Greg,
terrible
what'd
guess.
you write?
I wrote 130 mil.
130
I wrote 422 million.
Boy, Ireland, you got it, man. 456 million people is
Yeah,
the correct
well,
answer.
Wait a minute, you guys. I knew America had 300
Right,
million.
we have 300.
Oh,
we have
yeah, I didn't know.
350
I- yeah,
million,
see,
300 and
So
something like
Laura's
that.
guess,
Laura.
when Laura guessed, I thought maybe she's right because Japan.
Crowded.
I
Your
went
guess
super
was just
low.
stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
that
yeah.
was a dumb
I
guess.
You're like that guy who called
Radio
the
Michael,
show.
it
I was
wasn't
like,
me.
how many million are in Los
Did you hear
Angeles?
that?
And then,
Did you hear the guy that called the show and said Rob Pelinka deserves no credit for the Luka trade?
Yeah, no, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
on one end, he did get a phone call. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, but he
let's
did
do
talk
it.
him down. He talked him.
Yes,
He got a better
he did
deal.
talk him down. It's true, but it's on what that guy's trying to say is he just picked up on the phone and said, "Cool, yeah, let's make this happen."
No, he didn't. He got on the phone, and Nico Harrison asked for both first-round draft picks, and
He
Dalton Knecht.
negotiated.
Right.
He definitely negotiated. But the fact is, he didn't go out looking for the trade. He didn't start doing it. I agree with you guys. It's a stupid call. But at the same time, he did pick up a call
but
and
here's the thing.
kind of negotiate.
I think, and he's never asked for any credit. But I think for whatever reason, Rob Pelinka never gets enough credit for what he's doing. The year that the Lakers won the title in 2020 was the year that Kobe passed away, tragically. Rob, that was his best friend. He's godfather to Gigi. She passes away. And we all thought I've said this a million times, we all thought he was taking a leave of absence.
Yeah, right.
And everybody would have understood it.
Sure.
He did the opposite. He went to the bubble because they would only let a certain amount of people go to the bubble, and he was in practice basically rebounding for people.
Right.
Because they didn't have any ball. He wouldn't let any ball
That's
boys
amazing,
go. They win the title. He gets one Executive of the Year vote.
It's because he
One.
used to be an agent
Right,
and
they all had
grinded
it.
people as an agent.
I think without Rob, we would have either given away the whole store or we wouldn't have got him at all.
I've always said that any move that was not Clutch or LeBron related, that was seen as Clutch or LeBron related, it's the ones that he's made have all been good moves.
You also just mentioned another reason why we should give him some credit here.
Absolutely.
It ended, for better or for worse, the clutch-controlled era of the Lakers.
100%.
He traded one of their biggest clients, which
Absolutely.
is risky. That you're going to alienate LeBron and Rich and all those guys, and instead he just revitalized the whole
When
franchise.
he makes other moves along those lines, he makes a good move. When he went out and got Michael Beasley was Malik Beasley, sorry.
Malik Beasley,
Who, by the
Jared
way,
Vanderbilt.
Malik Beasley's a candidate for Sixth Man of the Year.
When he went to get Rui Hachimura, all those moves he made were good moves.
You want to hear a bummer?
DFS is great.
All right, this is a bummer that came down yesterday. The Clippers quietly announced that Norm Powell is out for the next 10 games.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Norman Powell should have been, and who's a great guy. played 4 years, Greg, at UCLA.
You sure
I
did.
think he's one of the, had played as many games as, I think it's him and Earl Watson have played, more games than
Probably.
anybody.
Norman Powell's great.
So he deserved to be an all-star, especially considering that Anthony Edwards and LeBron, right before the game, said, I'm not playing. Had they done that on, Friday, Norm was already up there for the skills competition. He would have made his first all-star team, which I think would have been really important to him. So I said, after that happened, I was talking to Carlo Jimenez, who has my job for the Clippers, who's a really good dude. And I said, he should have been an all-star, but since he's not, now he's going to get Sixth Man of the Year. But he started too many games, so he's finished that. So I go, okay, give him most improved. He's doubled all his numbers. And now, with them announcing yesterday
Missing 10
that
games.
Norm's going to miss 10 games, he's ineligible for any award.
Oh, that's that whole 62
Right.
games, right?
And so it's kind of gonna be a lost season for him when he's at his best season as a pro. So I feel bad for him.
Bergman, since you're here, who's getting voted off of? Who's getting banished tomorrow night?
Oh, I
Are you talking about traders?
Yeah, traders.
I think it's Danielle. For sure, I think it's Danielle.
I
think
Danielle.
Brittany
Is my
flips.
guy Sandoval still on the show?
I thought he got
bounced.
He got bounced.
He got bounced.
Yeah, he just got bounced.
He was such a
But I
D-bag.
think Brittany's.
He was great on the show.
He was very.
Towards the end, he got
By the
way
way,
better.
by the way, Mace, that's his act. He's
yeah.
like a professional.
I will never forget the bit where he had to sing nursery rhymes backwards.
And he thought he was so good at it.
The other thing, I've got one episode left of Cobra Kai. The Taikai Saikai has not ended yet, but
it's just about over.
I
at
told
that
you
point.
there are unnecessary gymnastic moves during these
Of course
fights.
there is.
People are doing flips and jumping over each other. It's not even fighting.
No, it's
like
not fighting.
dance.
It's just background noise that is amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Just don't let. It's not real. None of it. You know.
Bergman, it's been Guestapalooza since you left.
I know. Laura's been great at it. We always knew she would be.
McVeigh, Luke, Vinny Bonsignor, Les Sneed.
Yeah, Laura, we
Okay,
got
I
anybody
mean,
for
like-
tomorrow?
Come on.
Working on it.
Are those not
Okay.
great bookings?
Those are.
That's Laura.
I mean,
Laura is the one who's booking
I give
the show.
Laura a lot of credit. Those were already just kind of there.
Oh, look,
Oh,
see,
you're doing.
he's like that Big Rob.
You're
He
like
doesn't wanna
Big
give
Rob.
Laura
You're
any
not
credit.
giving Laura any credit.
You're like the
No,
Rob
I do.
Palinka
I
hater.
give-
hey, it's better than him throwing me under the bus and running me over when we did the Sedano show. He would do that a lot.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. By the way,
I
the
wouldn't
other
throw you under
the
the
other
bus.
thing
Oh, I
is
have the drop.
Did you notice we've completely ignored the clocks? We're late for every single
I know,
break
it's
now.
awesome.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
so
always told
Tomorrow
you
we
just
may go
talk.
commercial free.
yeah, just
No,
They
you
will
can't
not.
do that. You can't
They
do
will
that.
not.
still got to
Thank you,
pay
Laura.
stuff. But,
Can't do that.
exactly, can't. All right, thank you, Bergman. Bye.
Go back. Yeah. By the way, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, no, I'm glad
Greg,
you're.
Greg was knocked out with that thing going around.
I know. I might have been patient zero. It's terrible. All
That's
right,
not very nice.
Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob Romani. Especially after a big accident, you need Jacob. He will get you a big win. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB.
Who's doing the show now? Is it Sedano and Cap or is it other people?
I think it's
Sedano and Cap.
Oh, Cap is back?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
good. So
good.
full strength, Giordano and Cap coming at you next for some super crosstalk. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to pechanga.com for more details.
Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And spring is here, and it's time to clear out dust and allergens, not just from your home, but from the air you breathe. Next Gen is here to help you breathe easier. And right now, ESPN LA listeners can get $100 off select indoor air quality products to help reduce allergens, dust, and pollutants from your home. Upgrade your air, protect your family's health, and enjoy cleaner, fresher air all season long. NextGen is here for you 7 days a week with financing options available because your family's safety and comfort are always their top priority. Don't wait. Call 833-3NEXTGEN today to claim your $100 off select indoor air quality product. That's 833-3NEXGEN. That's 833-3NEXGEN today to start breathing cleaner, safer air tomorrow. Call right now.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. The CONCACAF Nations League Finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. 1 ticket, 2 matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Get the flu shot.
Do you get flu shots, Cappy?
I mean, I feel like when I go to the doctor for a physical, he or she will always say, hey, you should take the flu shot, and I normally do. I went back and I looked at my app with my health insurance, and I realized I hadn't been to the doctor since May of 2024.
Okay.
So I haven't gotten it. And I'll tell you right now, I know, people have strange feelings about, immunizations and stuff. Bro, if you have not yet gotten the flu, get the flu shot, because once you get the flu, it will do to you what it did to me, which was kick my ass.
So, John,
I never get flu shots.
Yeah, I always.
Ever.
So I get one, but here's the thing. So Aria got what Mason had a long time ago, and our family doctor said the best thing to do is get her this, and you guys take it as a preventative because you've been exposed. It's a new It's like a Tamiflu, but that's like 5 doses. Right. This thing is called Xofluza with an X, Xofluza, and it's 1 pill. It got Aria good to go in less than 36 hours. Oh, wow. And we never got anything. The three of us, the rest of us didn't get anything.
Is it over the counter?
No, it's a prescription, but most insurances don't cover it. It's like $100.
It's
XOFLUZA.
FLUZA.
So if you get exposed to anyone from the flu, you should take Xofluza if you can afford it. Right, it's not cheap by any stretch.
And you got to get a doctor to give you a prescription.
Correct,
okay.
Obviously.
There's stuff going around here, and Cappy beyond.
Wait! Before you ask that, George, are there side effects from Afluza?
I have not taken. I didn't get any side effects.
I think the one side effect is it makes you think you know everything about everything.
Yeah, well, obviously the symptoms are there.
The symptoms are, no. It's not even symptoms. It's the reality that I know everything.
Yes. Yeah,
but I'll tell you, but you know what I do do, Cappy, is I actually listen to my doctor who told me to take it, unlike you, and that's why your ass was on the mend for 4 days.
I know. George told me to go get some of this Xofluza stuff, and I got
Xofluza.
Yeah, that. I got Tamiflu or whatever.
Tamiflu, which is the old school stuff. It takes too long.
Took 5 treatments, I know.
Yeah. So, Cappy, I had this last week or 2 weeks ago. I find that you guys will laugh. When I'm not working, I'm so bored.
Oh, dude.
When you're home and in bed, you are so bored. There's nothing on.
Because he was texting Lindsay she says you were texting her a ton over the last 24 hours.
Well, I have a different emotion, Mace.
Okay.
Mine is not boredom; it's guilt.
Oh yeah, no, that's
no.
there
Mace
too.
definitely doesn't have any guilt.
I don't have no. I'm shameless. I'm shameless.
I was telling George earlier today. I'm like, I have the worst guilt when I am sick because I actually had Monday and Tuesday scheduled off of this week. but Mace, I don't know if you'll take this as a compliment or an insult.
Okay.
I hope you'll take it as a compliment.
Yes.
And I told everybody, I'm like, guys, sorry that I just pulled a Mace. Which is to say that I got sick 2 days in advance of 2 days off, which turned into 6 days off, which sounds good, but it's not really the way I planned it, you know?
I was sick for my whole vacation. I had like 5 days or something. I was sick through the whole thing. As far as guilt goes, I actually feel guilt that I came in when I did because I think I was patient zero, and I think it spread to everybody. That's what Bergman got. He had exactly what I had. So if they gave me one of those magic Comrex boxes, I would just do the show from home, but they don't give me a Comrex.
So last week on Thursday is when it hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And on Thursday, I was coming in to do the Cappy Cast.
Yep.
Then I had the folks from Sellers Advantage coming in to record spots.
Mm-hmm.
Then was going to do the show. Then was taking the folks from Prize Picks to the Laker game that night. So I had like a full day planned. Oh, and by the way, my man Deacon Fry from the Eagles was coming in that day.
That's right.
And I was like, well, I'll just power through it. And then Rachel was like, you're so selfish. And I'm like, selfish how? I'm going to go in and battle through. She goes, you're going to get everybody sick. And once she said that, I was like, you know what? I think she's right.
Yeah.
And it killed me to have to call out to do all of those different things. But I know then I get caught up with guilt rather than just be like, hey.
I think I'm the only host at the station without a Comrex. So
You don't have one?
No, I don't have
not?
one. Nobody ever gives me one.
I
want
thought you
one.
had
There's one laying around here.
Is there one?
Yeah.
I should take it.
Well, you got to ask Greg.
You got to ask the manager.
Because Sonato and I need him because we're
get
on
the Bergman
road a lot.
button. You're on the road so much, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Sonato, answer this question any way you want because I sincerely don't know the answer. Why is Around the Horn going away?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. So anybody that says they know, it's speculative.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, that was a decision made that's beyond my pay grade.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know the answer to the question.
I'm gonna miss it. I mean, how you probably
Great
did
show.
it. You think you did it?
I did it for 8
500
years.
times.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I mean, 8 years. Figure like 40 times a year. What does that add up to?
200.
Who won?
That does not add up to.
Who won overall?
I just yelled the number.
The original, when Max hosted, Max Kellerman was the
320?
original host. Yeah. It was Jay Mariotti, T.J. Simers, Woody Page, and somebody else. Kalashaw, probably.
Yeah.
So I think it's either Woody or Kalashaw because they've just been
Woody's
there
got
the
most.
longest.
Yeah.
Woody's got the most?
Yeah. Woody's got the most.
How many have you won?
Kalashaw, I think I think Kalashaw has the most wins and Woody has the most appearances. I think something like that.
How many wins did you have, George?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to ask.
I thought they kept score of
They
all
do.
this.
Well, they put it up on the screen.
They do, but I don't know
George
it off the
doesn't
top
see
of my
the
head.
screen when he's looking. He's
George doesn't
camera.
think about the stats. He's not one of those guys.
But John is right. I'm in like a broom closet in the TV room in the TV building, and I don't see the graphics because we're taping it. So unless I watch the show, I wouldn't know what that number is.
I have never. I saw one of the coolest things, memorable things on Around the Horn once. And George, I assume you're friends with her. I've never met Courtney Cronin. Have you in person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know her fairly well.
Okay, so when Mace is in this boat too. I was exceptionally close with my grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
Closer than most people are to their grandparents.
Yep, me too.
And she told a story one day. She lost her grandma, who was like in her 90s. And she told a story about how whenever she was on Around the Horn, her grandma would literally, like, wherever she was living, make everybody shut up.
Yep.
And sit directly in front of the TV and then text her. Like,
right.
you should say this.
Text her in the middle of the show?
Well, and what Courtney didn't have the heart.
Well, the
to tell
show's
her
airing
was
after
they
it's
tape-
live.
They
Yeah.
tape it in the morning
taped,
and it
yeah.
runs in the afternoon.
Oh, that's funny.
But it was. She said it was such a cool bonding moment.
Yeah.
For her, and she just did a really cool kind of tribute to her grandma. And I've always wanted to tell her that. So, George, next time we talk to her, tell her that I thought that was
I will.
one of the
Yeah,
coolest things
she's
I've ever
great.
seen.
Were you guys close to your
Yeah.
grandparents?
I was. My grandmother raised me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, my parents were. Dude, I was an immigrant kid. I mean, my grandma was home. My parents were working jobs, man.
Now, did your grandma was English your grandma's first language, George?
No, Spanish.
So is that's who taught you how to speak Spanish, basically? It's like because she
Yes,
probably
correct.
She probably talked to
then
you in Spanish all the time, right?
Correct. And I learned how to speak English through Sesame Street.
Cool.
That's a good one. Good way. Good
I
way.
think
Cappy,
that
you were close to Grandpap and Grandma?
Both sides. So my father's parents had still lived in the house that my father grew up in, and I kind of was raised in that house. And then my mom's parents lived in the same house that she was raised in, and I was in that house. And as a kid, we had both grandparents very close by, and then when the whole family, and I mean everybody, mom, dads, cousins, aunts, uncles, both sets of grandparents, everybody moved to Florida, darling. We all moved from New York to Florida.
So, Cappy, you'll laugh at this. My grandparents lived in St. Petersburg, Florida. And I would just go visit them by myself.
Right.
They were my mom's parents, but I would just go see them on my own. And so when they died within 3 months of each other, both at the age of 90.
Oh, wow.
And I said, my grandma went first, and then my grandfather went after that. And I said, when I went down there to say goodbye to him, I will never come back to Florida. It's going to be too painful for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got the Laker job.
And then,
then you're back in Florida
now
twice a year.
I go to Florida every year, twice a year minimum, on the outside. But the moral of the story is, if you're listening to the four of us talk, if you're close to your grandparents, take advantage of them while they're here.
Yeah.
Because when they're gone, you'll miss them tremendously, and you'll regret telling them no. Like my grandfather wanted to take me to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I couldn't get off work.
Yep.
And I said, we'll do it another time.
Yep.
2 years later, he was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I really would have done that.
Me and Juan took my grandmother, Rose Santa Cruz, from 6th Avenue in Altoona, Pennsylvania, to the Olive Garden one night.
And she lived, your grandma Rose lived way long,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like
She
almost
lived-
to 100.
Yeah, she lived 95. 95.
Wow.
And we took her to dinner one night at the Olive Garden, which she loved, and then we went back to her house afterwards on 6th Avenue. We had a long talk. We probably spent 3 hours together. Next day, she calls my mom and says, "Oh, my God, I thought they would never leave." I thought we were having quality time. She was trying to get rid of us.
My favorite story, I can't remember if it was your grandma, Mace, or Singer's grandma. You got a big break on a national call-in show.
Yes.
And you did what everybody does. Like, if you ever talk to Dr. Laura, she'll tell you this, that if you get a big break on a national call-in show, you cover your bases.
Yep.
You make sure you have 3 or 4 or 5 people that call in.
Yep.
So you can have a soft landing.
Yep.
Was it your grandma or Singer's grandma
Singer's
that you had
grandma.
called the
Singer's
show?
grandma, who I think was also Rose, right?
Yeah, Rose from Palm Beach.
Rose from Palm Beach. Yeah, she would call the show often.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
and see what happens. So salute to the grandparents out there.
Yeah, my grandmother, who was of my 4 that I had, she was the one that died the last. She was I think she made it to the oldest, and I think she was only in her early 80s. My grandmother was a Brooklyn Dodgers fan.
Oh, wow.
Because she
they
grew up.
probably broke her heart.
Yeah, well, she grew up right near Ebbets Field. And she would watch Dodgers baseball every single night during the baseball season. That was like her thing. She grew up on it, listening on the radio, and then as an adult grew up, just watching Dodger baseball. John, there's an interesting thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this on Instagram, where they talk about your mom and your dad, and they're like, hey, if your parents are still alive, get them this book and have them write in this book so you have all of their memories.
Your lineage.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen those ads for those?
No.
So I only wish that I would have done that.
It's not 23andMe, is it?
No, is it Ancestry.com or something?
No, it's not either of those things. What it is when you're on Instagram, you'll come across, at least in my feed, and they'll say, like, hey, if your mom and dad are still alive, get your dad this book so that your dad can write down everything he knows about his life and about the family history so that before he were to go, you would actually have all this information. And I just wish I would have had that for my grandparents, because my grandfather on my mother's side was a World War II veteran. And when I was a little kid, he would tell me stories at night. So now let's just say I'm 10 years old and he's telling me World War II stories. And this is 45 years ago. And lo and behold, of course, I have no recollection,
Right.
So I wish I had all of those memories written down somewhere so that I could reference them.
Yeah, old people
good
are great.
advice.
Yeah, they're fantastic. My grandmother always used to say,
Is that what she said, your grandma?
Monday night in Chicago, Kings captain